Excuse me. This weather is getting the best of me. Welcome to Outlaw Radio. It's the Hump Day edition. I hate to come in coughing on you all. Good thing I went up to House of Vitality and seen the brother Kamar Carter and got me some elderberry syrup. How y'all doing out there? It's a Wednesday evening, a Wednesday edition of Outlaw Radio. Cold-blooded. As the seasons change, as you can hear in my voice and hear in my coughing, it's cold outside. What a swing in temperature. My goodness. If you work outside, man, bundle up. I'm not even out there that much, but I have a tendency to sleep with my window open. So you pay the price for that. But yeah, man, it's Wednesday, the Wednesday part of the schedule. Normally we do this on Mondays and Wednesdays. And 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm late tonight. Yes, I am. Because like I said, I have this cough. I was trying to medicate myself before the show. We have a number attached to this show. It's 262-202-5131. We have a chat room also. I see Dion in the chat room. He said, come on, bro, you running late. Hey, man. Hey. Calm down. If I'm not gonna do one, it would have been you'd have known already. But yes, man, it's Outlaw Radio. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Share the show is all that I ask. There's a lot to talk about. I want to close this week out in style, if you will, and just talk about something I'm starting to notice. And when I said cold-blooded, there's a reason. There's a reason why I said that. Feel free to share the show, like I said, or chime in. 262-202-5131. Mondays and Wednesdays, y'all got to get with us. Too many people who listen to the show regularly still don't know when the show's coming on. Kev, when is the show coming on? Mondays and Wednesdays, man. Mondays and Wednesdays. But yeah, I'm looking around, man. It's a this is going to be a very long and desolate winter. The world feels like a cold place right now. Our country feels cold. We have a shutdown. Now, we are on the edge of watching, because of this government shutdown, we're watching where SNAP benefits and basically food stamps will be running out. It's crazy. And all of this is, when people talk about politics, policy. What about people? What about people, man? Have we forgotten about humanity? It's crazy, man. It is absolutely ridiculous, man. And this is unprecedented. Well, in our lifetime, it's unprecedented. Because we haven't seen it this cold in a long time, right? It's wild. I look at the city of Milwaukee. The way the city of Milwaukee is running right now. I mean, I talked about this the other night, but the fact that now you want to write 65,000 more parking tickets. You want to raise the property tax levy. The price of rent is up. You have a luxury tax to get your driver's license. You want to raise the price of registration. And I don't see anything coming in. It's all going out. You passed a historic tax increase, but you took 90% of that and gave it to city pension plans for city workers. You have a public school system that has a $1.5 billion budget. Now, what do all those things I just mentioned have in common? They all have deficits, and they're all going to come back to the taxpayers and ask for more in the near future.
Kev.
I'm saying, okay, it's take. It's cold blooded. Like I look at, and then okay, so that's one thing, but the way we are treating ourselves in my city, continuous, consistent murder and chaos. 6-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 60-year-olds.
Yep.
Cold blooded. Nobody's safe. I mean, I don't give a fuck about nobody else. So I'm saying this is, to me, with what's on the horizon, the fallout from all of Trump's tomfoolery, we got some tough times coming. Because there has to be repercussions. So it's cold-blooded. That's what I call the show tonight. Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Dion's in the chat room. Dion, it says live on YouTube, so I don't know why you couldn't find it. And your comment you made in YouTube popped up on here. He said open up the motherfucking phone lines. Doesn't quite work like that.
Damn, Dion.
Right.
That nigga should.
Don't
open up the motherfucking phone lines, nigga.
Right. Pick up the phone, punk. No.
Pick up the phone, nigga.
I'm more inclined to cut this motherfucker off. That's the way you're gonna, But yeah, man, it's I just feel like this is a very cult. Look, people, how many high-profile people? There's political violence, celebrities dropping every day, right? It's when is there gonna be some good news? I got
some good bad news. I got some good bad news. The bad news is this motherfucker in the White House did it. The good news is he reduced millions of dollars in student debt. He's a slick motherfucker, bro. Trump is slick, dog. He really is. And the reason he's slick is because what gets cut off in 9 days, Kev?
I just talked about it.
That's right, baby. Snap. Done. Disappeared.
And see, one of the biggest lies ever told is that black people are the poster children for welfare.
No, that's white people.
And you have all these misnomers about, what do they call it? Give a handout policies, or what do they call it? They have a name for it.
Are you talking about the policies?
I'm talking about any social assistance program.
Oh, I know.
So from SNAP
programs.
Entitlement program. Okay.
Yeah.
And they this is bad, without realizing that they themselves or someone in their family are assisted by these things. and I still say, if you have $200+ billion to donate to another country, why are we upset because somebody getting food stamps that shouldn't be getting them? Whoa. What a heinous fucking crime. You know what I'm saying? Somebody selling their food stamps. Oh, hell no. Dude, this motherfucker wants to give $400 billion. He wants to where is it? Argentina?
Yeah, I believe that's what it is. I thought it was 40, but let me check that.
I mean, let's double check it because we want to make sure.
Let's check that. But Kev is high as fuck. That's what it is. What up, OG?
Hey.
Yeah, that shit wild as a motherfucker. Hold on. Google. Let's see here. I could have swore it was 40.
Is it 40 billion?
Oh, let me look. Hold on. I could have swore it was 40. Argentina bailout. That's what that shit is, but I'm seeing
20 billion. How
the fuck was it not 40? I could have swore it was 40.
I thought it was 42, but I have 20. It may be 40. Somebody check it.
Yeah.
Either way it goes, we talking billions. We're not talking thousands. Dion says it's 40 billion to Argentina.
But it says 20 billion if you look at WSJ. It must be something else with that shit here. Because that's the number I saw initially too.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
My point
it's still
is,
a lot of fucking money.
Right. And at a time when you are snatching, you don't want old people to have Medicaid in America.
Thank you.
But you want to give $20 billion to them. And then you're saying, even though you have already raped the farmers, we're going to buy beef from Argentina.
Hey, Kev, real quick. This is what it is. Okay. This is according to Reuters, and this is October 20th. So 2 days ago, it said 20 billion to Argentina. The first installment is going to be without guarantees or collateral, and that's what the Wall Street Journal reported. And then the second part of it says the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said last week that the department was working with banks and investment funds to create a $20 billion facility to invest in the South American country's sovereign debt. This is fucking ridiculous. This guy, dude, he in business with everybody outside of us.
Blood. It's cold blooded.
Motherfuckers voted for him though, and I argue with these dumb motherfuckers every day, dog. And dude, I know so many. I got like 3 white people that work for me, dude. They literally they get the SNAP benefits. They're like, "What is we gonna do?" I'm like, it's food pantries. We got a lot of food. We got a lot of free shit here in Arizona. But brother, man, come on, y'all. Like, why are we the poster child for all this dumb shit? We didn't cause, and I didn't get a chance to say this last time. I appreciated how you was standing your ground, and you always do, but you was holding the fort down when you wouldn't let Orlando, what up, Orlando? We ain't attacking nobody. As far as when he was trying to say that we the ones that shifted the election, we ain't vote for that motherfucker. I don't think nobody on this panel voted for dog.
Well, no. Here's the spit. Here's the spit on that.
Yeah, for sure.
They talk about an uptick in black votership, right?
No.
It went from 8% to 15%.
Yeah,
so
double.
7 percentage points. And but they want to run with that to make other black people say, "Oh, this is what we doing now? Oh, okay, I'm gonna do it too." So it was a lie, and you can use it as an uptick. And we help. Like in Wisconsin, if you break it down, where 85% of the people of color live is southeastern Wisconsin. The state is 86% white. Okay, Kamala won Milwaukee County
easily.
I wonder why. He won the state. Trump won the state. So if 86% of the people of color are in southeastern Wisconsin, and we know a great majority of them don't vote, we're talking about a small group of people that is not enough to turn a presidential election.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not enough by itself. Now, it can, if it was a large amount and it played out with other factors, like the white women and the Latinos who voted for Trump, then you can say that, but it's misleading to say that. Which doctor, what it do, man?
Man, it's been over a year. Why are we still debating this shit?
Thank you.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is it still like unknown knowledge or something? Like, folks talking about this shit like the voting just happened. Thought we got this shit clear. It wasn't black men that got Trump in office.
They trying to create that narrative though, OG. The thing is, like, about you,
but like they started that a long time ago.
They keep doing it.
Dead, and I see motherfuckers still talking about it.
It's not dead
about it on the last show.
Oh no, they literally no, it's not dead. They literally trying to recreate the narrative, like with the Charlie Kirk dumb shit. He wasn't a racist, or black people turned the election. That's how we got these niggas. And then they'll put some videos up of the black woman in Chicago going after the mayor, saying we tired of the Democrat Party and all this. But the problem with all that is, see, we know the difference, all 3 of us, because we know that they have paid people. They had somebody in Malcolm X's camp that worked for the feds. Stop pretending like this stuff don't happen.
I'm saying the same thing y'all saying. I'm just saying, why is they making this an issue again?
Because it's close to voting time. Midterms is coming up.
Yep.
So you want to drive people. You want to drive people to the polls. So since midterms is coming up, and there is a fear that there will be some sort of blue wave. I don't know if it's going to happen, but what you do is you get ahead of it right now, especially to us, because they're going to try to pre-program us anyways. They're going to try to get in our heads early to say, now, that's why you hear this Democratic plantation.
Yep.
Fictitious plantation that we all supposed to be living on.
Republican trailer park. That's what I said.
All that kind of shit. Let me get to the chat room. I didn't notice it was this many comments. Damn. I'm sorry, y'all.
Damn, Kev.
Right. I know he's seen my comment. Landon Deadman, how you doing, my brother? He says, blessings, my brothers. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Y'all please share the show. Mama Jenkins in the chat room. She said, good evening, my outlaw family. More murder since Monday. Little buddy wants nighttime trick-or-treating. 120 homicides. Reckless driving. I'm against this. She said, I'm against this at this time. Nobody changed their times but us. Yes, we did trick or treat back in the days at night, but it's freaking dangerous now. I don't celebrate Halloween. I've never been trick or treating in my life. Dion was saying 40 billion to Argentina. We said 20. We got the breakdown is 20, but they're gonna play games with this, so it'll actually end up being more. 20 billion is too. What has Argentina ever done for the United States of America? Like
they cut off our soybean farmers. That's what they did.
Mama Jenkins said why Trump is giving them 20 billion lifeline to help its failing economy. Dion said they tied him giving money. I think he means they're tired of him giving money to Argentina too, because the largest group of Nazis went to Argentina. A lot of people don't know that Nazis were given a safe haven in South America, in particular in Argentina, after World War II. They don't know that. And a lot of them lived out their lives. They had their own underground railroad. Anthony McGee said North Carolina just changed their district maps. One more Republican seat added. What up, Ace? He said, what it do? So like you would have thought that some of these conversations, like 2025, Project 2025, Dion was talking about that in 2023. And so, but we're still talking about it. And at first he was debating it. He was saying, I don't even know what that is. And now he's admitted, I kind of knew what the shit was. So politics is such a weak game, and it's for weak-minded people, because like you say, you think something is established and you think you're moving on. No, they building the whole house on a lie. And I had this conversation with Orlando again last night after the show. Because he's steadily trying to, you can't spin me with false narratives.
No.
See, and even sometimes you got to be careful when somebody wants to throw statistics out. You can skew statistics.
Absolutely.
You can run game on somebody with some misleading ass statistics. So what I was trying to tell him last night was, dude, you talking to the wrong person. So, and once again, it's not about us being Democrats. It's just about the real. Like I say, I named the show Cold Blooded because it ain't just the government that's cold. It's our treatment of each other. What is this young brother, 27th and Atkinson, the other night? Now they said, and they've shown this video over and over. He killed a 46-year-old and a 60-year-old. Just shot him down in the street. And they said he was having a mental health breakdown. So
you want to talk about the Republicans and mental health going back to Scott Walker? Because we can have that conversation.
No, I want to spread it out because I want to show, because the one thing I don't want to leave out is how silly our mentality towards each other is in our community right now. Yes, that has to be said. There's no love. This is a dog eat dog situation we live in. See, historically, even though the black community was challenged on a lot of levels, there was a lot of love. We looked out for each other for the most part. That's why that village talk always comes about. You can't let the village raise your kid nowadays. There's some fucked up huts in the village. You stay away from that hut. Don't go in there. It's just issues like the murder. And I thought I seen something from Adam Procell. I can't remember what it was because I couldn't find it. I thought he had spoken to some of the violence that's going on. But like I said, I'm still waiting on the pressure. Where the pressure at, bro? I don't see it. Like, I'd like to know what their strategy is going to be. But once again, I don't expect them, and it's too much. The expectations shouldn't be on them to stop this violence. That's a small group of individuals, and I admire their passion. But we can't put no blame on them. At least they trying to do something. Yeah. But I feel like he came in blowing a little hard with his chest poked out, and maybe he didn't understand the complexity of the complex nature of the situation he was getting himself into. I don't know if he read the job description.
No, he clearly didn't. No, he didn't understand what was going on. Now, was he the CEO at Paradigm Shift?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just doing some research about him because you had mentioned him last show, and I was looking. I guess he had helped get Act 233 passed in Wisconsin, and a few other things I'm seeing, but that's in the Shepherd Express, so I can't confirm that. But yeah, no, I'm just looking or whatever. He do look like a do-gooder though. He look like he want to do something, man. God bless him, but I don't know, Kev, about this shit. Without economics being built, and you brought up something on the last show when you was talking about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and you said, listening to his messaging and all that stuff. But as far as me personally, I learned about economics from Elijah Muhammad. Like as far as he was always talking about how black businesses, how you build, and it can apply to any company is my point. But the reason I brought that up is I think he doesn't quite understand the landscape according to like the stuff you saying, how he's a do-gooder and he's trying, well, I said that, but how he hyped up, he didn't really understand it. I think he's going to burn out because we've seen that before. I'm not, yeah.
I think he'll walk away.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I feel like he's smart enough to know what Kenny Rogers said. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Know when to walk away, know when to run.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. Right?
That's why I don't gamble. That's why I don't do that shit. Yeah, not at all. No.
You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. So I think he's smart enough and he has enough going on in other places in his life where he can take some time and say, let me go on back to paradigm shift or whatever it is, because
did he start that company, Kev?
From what I hear, he did.
It looks like he started it.
I don't think he's a bad dude, y'all.
No, he don't seem like it.
I don't think he's not passionate. I don't think he's not sincere. Once again, I think he's underestimated the complexity of this issue, because what you're walking into is a situation that's dominated by poverty, and there's no mechanism in place to counter the poverty, right? So the poor here are getting poorer. If you was already working poor here, meaning you have 2 jobs and you still live below the poverty line, and the price of shit is going up, even though you're still working, you're getting poorer. You're not gaining any ground. And so that's why I don't understand our mayor. I don't understand why he hasn't launched some sort of economic development plan. And
exactly.
And you keep coming back asking taxpayers for more. Did y'all know that the Milwaukee County Transit System, they announced that they had this big deficit, right? And people were saying, well, how is this possible? They didn't report it in time. And you know why they had the deficit?
Why?
Because people get on the bus and won't pay. And there's nothing the bus driver can do about it.
Jesus Christ.
They got to let them ride. So millions of dollars were lost. Fucking ridiculous. This is real talk. Like a friend of mine, shout out to David Daly. I'm going to say his name because he's a good dude and he's one of my, I've known him forever. He's been a bus driver for like 30 something years. Oh God. And I was having a conversation with him about this because I said to him, like, like, what's going on? And he was like, well, the real is that when people get on the bus and they don't want to pay, we're told not to agitate them. We're told to just let them ride because of the safety of the bus drivers, right? So I said, well, they need some sort of turnstile or some sort of door that won't open.
Hey, they originally told them that. They originally told them that because they was getting funding for people who couldn't afford to pay. But the problem with niggas is, you give us an inch, we gonna take a mile. Hey, y'all, you know what? You really ain't got to pay on the bus.
They ain't finna say shit, dog.
Everybody coming getting rides on the bus now. You know what I'm saying? And that shit got
to go to my baby mama crib right now.
So once again, no love.
Hey, one thing though, like I don't get how they losing money if y'all was gonna be running those same routes anyway. That shit should have those routes was projected to run anyway. What difference do it make how many people was getting on it?
Well, you a businessman.
Because, hey, like I said, they was getting funding already.
Exactly.
Whatever funding they were getting for that, they don't have it now. And see, they have a profit margin, just like any other business, right? So a lot of what they depend on when they do a budgetary forecast is based on the ridership. Like you said, this many people ride this bus daily, right?
Yeah.
So this is how much we expect to make. if half those people ride but don't pay,
yeah, for sure,
you lose money. Now you got to dig in because we still got to have gas, maintenance, all this kind of stuff. You got to dig into the coffer to replace the loss. That's how you get a deficit. Money's leaking out of the bucket. So what do you do?
Then the other side of their argument is the drivers want more money, right? The drivers want more money. So what they did was they gave the drivers more money, but they taken away routes and the overtime. So now they just working a flat 8 hours. No overtime now. And the overtime was the reason why a lot of them was getting those jobs.
I think that when you have a city,
like they fucking them over. Completely.
When you have a city where people just refuse to pay, like I'm this is all that other stuff plays into it. I hear y'all, but the bottom line is, what is our business? Our business is operating buses that people pay to get on, right? If people start getting on them buses and don't pay, we got a motherfucking problem. It's like the Greyhound. Greyhound makes his money for you to buy that ticket and get on the bus. What if people just walk up to the Greyhound and be like, let me on this motherfucker, I'm going to St. Louis. Greyhound will go out of business so fast, it'll make your ears clog.
Right. Now, what I think they should have did, I think it would have made more sense when they got that funding to pay some kind of security to be on the bus. You know what I'm saying? To enforce that.
I
want to know what kind of funding this was.
You know what? I'm looking at the median salary right now. I'm in Google with the AI overview. It says that the median salary, the average is around $51,000 a year. So before, like what Kumar was saying, if as far as they reduced the overtime and all that, with overtime, they were making with time and a half, the average hourly rate is like $25. So with time and a half, it's like $60 something. They were making like between $125 to $135 a year. And if they eliminated that, yeah, y'all are absolutely right. Yeah, they getting fucked for real. That's crazy. Because they were making that like 10, 15 years ago. Like they was making like high six figures, and they don't make that anymore. So is that a job realistically that you want to get? And I think the answer is no. You know what I'm saying? I think it is, because that's not a lot of money after taxes. $51,000, and you pay everything. You might be making what, $33,000 a year after everything and expenses, and don't have no kids because you really ain't making money.
Nah. So here's the projections.
Yeah.
They projected that because of this these absentee riders.
That's a nice way to say it.
Well, they call it fare evasion. They said they lost $4 million in revenue.
No, they didn't. 4 million.
That's what it says. It says 4 million, and this is coming from the county the Milwaukee County's website. And they're saying now fare evasion. They're saying that the county supervisors are trying to take this up because this is county operated. The bus system is not operated by the city. And they're saying 33% of the riders on the bus now don't pay. So what they want is, what they're asking for is $600,000 to put security on the bus now. So you're going to pay to get a security guard sitting on the front, because they already got the plexiglass up so the drivers can't be harmed. You muted, come on.
Hey, look, and see, I ain't know that. I was just saying that's something they should have did. They should have been did that.
When the bus drivers start getting
see, one of the purposes for them, the reason why they told them don't agitate the riders if they don't pay is because they was the safety of the driver. So if you worried about the safety of the drivers, how about get some security for the drivers?
Well, I believe somebody should step up. What? They should get that 600. They should get that 600.
They should get it for that though. But I'm gonna go take it a step further, Kev, because you said the 4 million, which is the lost revenue. But I'm also in Milwaukee Journal Sentinel says, and I quote: "The agency recently announced sweeping increases to fares to address the fiscal cliff facing the transit system. 9.2 million deficit." Yeah, bro, they in trouble. That shit is awful. That is awful, dog. Yes. They ain't gonna have no buses in a minute, bro.
Listen. 33% of the people riding the bus, that's damn near half.
That's
damn near half the people. That's like every other person getting on the bus saying, fuck you, and just going and sitting down. Like, it's a cold-blooded city, man. It's a cold world we living in, man.
That's horrible.
It's cold, man. It's cold, man. Like, and the people who do this don't even think that this person who drives this bus has to get paid. This person who works on this bus has to get paid.
They don't even think about
people
that.
Who make the paint, who paint the buses, got to get paid. Like, somebody cleans that bus, and that's how they make their money to feed their family. Yep. You just getting a free ride. You knocking a hole in somebody else's paycheck. Now you talking about increased revenue. So what's going to be $10 to ride the bus? Like, nobody's getting on. You might as well call an Uber. The only advantage that the bus has is over the Uber is that it's cheaper. That's all. True. So it's and then since everything is separate, there's no teamwork. So this should have been if the okay, here's a nugget. If the buses are operated by the county, why aren't there sheriff deputies that are assigned to ride on the bus?
Didn't they used to ride the bus when we was younger, Kev? Do you remember that? Because I do.
I'll never remember a county sheriff on the bus. On
well, no, I mean not a sheriff. My fault. Like a police officer or one of them people.
I never seen a police officer on the bus. Because my point is, aside from the drivers being in danger, the riders are in danger. How many people done been shot on the bus here? Y'all know that, right?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Got their ass whooped. I got attacked on a city bus years and years and years ago.
Me too.
Worked out in my favor, but you know, they didn't know.
They didn't know with that shit.
Them dudes didn't know. They didn't know. But I'm just saying, man, everything is so cold here. There's no regard for, like, I used to feel love in Milwaukee. I'm not trying to be corny, man. I used to feel love amongst us.
Yes.
Like when we would get together, it was like a feeling that we just was generating energy and saying, man, everybody here wants the best. Everybody for our community, everybody here wants something positive. When I get around a group of black people now, I don't feel that energy no more. No. I feel like people are almost forced to do for self. Like you can't look out for nobody else when you're trying to survive your damn self.
No,
so
not at all.
I just feel like it's very cold, man. I feel like it's very callous. And you know, I don't know what's gonna shift this energy back. I think Trump's presidency casts a very dark cloud over the whole country. This is the energy that I said I didn't want to deal with. And Ian, I don't know if you was listening to the show pre-election when we would say all the time.
Yeah, I was.
We don't want Trump back just because of the energy that he brings. And everybody act like we was making this shit up.
Nah.
And you see now, once he came back, that goddamn dark cloud just kind of slowly covered us again.
I begged everybody to vote for her. I mean, first, and this is what I don't get, dog, with the whole far as these people that are so-called conservatives, because to keep it real, like I be trying to be respectful as possible, because I know real conservatives, and I know motherfuckers that's really about policy and shit. And it's no disrespect to Orlando when I'm saying this, because I'm not going to say nothing disrespectful to him. But he works for Senator Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson has people that he answers to, which are his constituents. Orlando has to do what they say. For instance, my boy Christopher Lawrence, when they were saying that, there's a whole bunch of left-wing lunatics at this No King's Day parade and all this kind of shit. That's exactly what he was saying. He was saying what Trump was saying. Orlando is the same way, because if you look at it from a conservative standpoint, she was more conservative than him. Like far as from a fiscal standpoint, his budget was $9 trillion or whatever it was, and hers was about 4.8. Just by the sheer numbers, she was the better candidate in every metric. His first presidency, every metric, he was voted by U.S. News and other outlets as the worst living president ever, because of how they mishandled COVID, how they pushed the vaccine on people, how they did all of these things and all the jobs that were lost, and how they couldn't kickstart the economy. Then Biden had to come in, and for all lack of a better term, and I'm not a Biden fan, but he had to clean that shit up. And it was hard. You saw what happened. So for them to vote for him again, bro, it says a lot, dog.
Well, and you know what? Orlando is the least of our problems.
You fucking
I'm saying, listen.
You crazy.
His Republican affiliation is not a threat to us.
No,
it's not. It's laughable at times because of the refusal to accept the reality of things.
Yes.
We've all seen that, and he's on the line. He's in the chat room. He said family.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's not because he doesn't have any influence really inside the Republican Party. Let's be honest.
I know what you're saying.
And that's my guy. I rocks with Orlando. I share my platform with him. Yeah. But when he runs for office as a Republican, they don't throw their weight behind him. That is an indicator. He's someone who they can use as they see fit. They can dangle him in front of black people and pull a string on his back, and he'll say, we had an uptick in black Republican voters. Oh, we driving now, y'all. We moving. Hey, we had an increase. Yeah, that's all it. That's what they want from him. So, and I'm speaking politically because I'm sure with what he does with what's the thing he invented, the
Joseph Project, and it's actually excellent work. It really is. They do a lot of it.
Once again, it's sometimes that political stuff, when you align yourself with a political party, it can make you look silly. And I hear this, I get this from Democrats too. I'm a card-carrying Democrat. I remember I was told by Senator Lena Taylor, at the time she was Senator Lena Taylor, shout out to her, she's Judge Lena Taylor now, but I was told by her that that if I wasn't a Democrat, if I wasn't a Democrat, I had no right to criticize them. I said, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I think that might have been her last appearance on Outlaw Radio. I'm not saying she lost anything, but after that, there was no reason for us to talk again. Like, what? I can't.
I got some Lena stories because her mom lived next door to my grandmama on 15th, but that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, we know. I'm just saying, I didn't mean to throw her name out there like that. I'm just saying there are some Democrats who are as rabid about being a Democrat as there are Republicans, and they believe their own hype and all this too. So. But this is an incredible situation. Landon is in the chat room. He's saying, I work for Milwaukee County. It's a serious budget issue. Been going on for a while now. Yes, the county has, the city has too. But Landon, does anybody have a problem with this besides myself? You came out, you told us that you were going to do this Act 12 with this tax increase to keep us from falling off the fiscal cliff. That's what they said, right? This is how we're going to right these wrongs. This is how we're going to balance these budgets, how we're going to cover these deficits. And I swear, ever since you passed them, this Act 12 tax increase, deficits have popped up everywhere. Still. Listen, Hackham is still behind in paying the Section 8 rent for their tenants. I said it once, I'll say it again. Hackham is the only organization in the Histrium who was able to rob the city and the government at the same damn time.
That's some gangster shit, though.
them some gangsters right there. Yeah, and Willie Hines got the fuck up out of here. Yeah. Peace.
He on an island somewhere chilling.
Guess what he's getting?
Pension.
He's getting a pension.
Yeah. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, man. You can't get people here to unite and stand up against this. I'm gonna call it tyranny. You can't tell us what we're supposed to do when you got a police organization that has a $500 million budget. $500 million. I'm sorry, y'all. And the only thing that they can tell us is that we should be doing more to help them. That don't make no sense. But you don't see people here get up. Come on. When they did that with that 90% of that tax revenue, I was saying this over and over. I can't believe people ain't more upset about this. I kept saying that on every show.
I think a lot of people really didn't know. Like maybe it went over a lot of people's heads because if a lot of people knew about that, a lot of more people would have said something. But then it's like, who do you say to make, you know what I mean? Because once it's done, right?
They said it was already pre-allocated.
That's what I'm saying. Once it's done, it's done. But like, so.
But why
we should be pissed right now, though, regardless.
They should be, and they should be pissed. And this is why they should be pissed at the mayor. Because you didn't tell us that. And you knew it.
Yeah.
And you lied. And you lied and said that there was going to be, when they came to taking, we're not going to be able to do anything DEI and you can't teach this and teach that in school. The mayor said, "Oh, we're gonna take him to court behind that. It'll be litigation." And he snuck out of that shit real quick. Like, nah, he's just bullshit.
He said it'll be litigation and bounce.
Right. And I was saying even then, like, well, who gonna pay for that? Us.
Who's gonna pay for that?
If the city goes to court, who's gonna pay for the lawyers? Us.
Trump doing the same shit though. He used some taxpayer shit to pay his legal bills. He's a fool, bro.
They're building a ballroom onto the White House. They done tore half the White House. The White House is half torn down right now. They took a wrecking ball that motherfucker. And what was this? $70 million?
This nigga want a ballroom, dog. He had a military day parade on his birthday. What the fuck, dog?
Wait, what?
I can't stand him, dog.
Not a concert venue, a ballroom.
He's still on that shit.
Who the fuck goes to a ball right now?
A narcissist.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Urban League of Milwaukee has their black and white ball every year to raise money. And I don't salt people. So yeah, shout out to them.
How much money did he make since he been in the White House, Kev? How much money has he made?
His personal profits, he's made billions.
It's $4 billion in 10 months.
Yeah, man. But we're us three on Outlaw Radio are the only people who see this. I was the only person. Come on, thank you for saying that. Maybe it went over their head, because that makes me feel like, brother, I'm really enlightened. That makes me feel like I'm really smart. But the reality is I'm not that smart. The shit was in the newspaper. It was on the news. How did it go? And it was very clear. 90%. Because normally they try to put some complicated shit. And this shit said 90%, 10%. The whole 200 million gone.
Can't stand that motherfucker, dog.
I don't.
You're the bitch.
Maybe you're right, Kamar. And I'm gonna give my people some credit, or I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I should say a lot of them. Some of this stuff does roll down their backs because they are dealing with so much other shit.
Life.
And the need to try and survive. You know, they don't have time a lot in a lot of instances to sit around and be reading. Like, I got time for the shit sometimes. So maybe you're right. But when you give it to them in plain, clear language, I don't understand how you didn't get it. I'm just still confused by it. But Dion, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, shit, damn, they're reflecting, like you said. Them nights we out there and we all talking and just like, man, I just look at it. And you know the sad part about it? So like I said, I'll be on 11:30 and 6:20 a.m. and, you know, I'll be on their web. I mean, you know, on Facebook, you know, as far as in their group. And these people condone it. Like even, you know, even with the White House, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, this man tearing down a historical monument, even though, you know, like I said, it was built on the backs of our ancestors. But it's like, these people are sitting up here like this man can't do no wrong. And I'm like, you know, I made a comment. I'm like, regardless of party affiliation or what you believe, somebody gotta have some sense to say this shit just ain't right. Now, you know, enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, like, you know, and then I keep on hearing people keep on thinking that it's gonna be normal. But the thing is, you know, Robin Vaught in Project 2025, they only want a one-party system. They want to eliminate the Democratic system. They only want the Republican Party. So, you know, when I be hearing people thinking, oh, the midterms, oh, he ain't going to be around that long. The thing is that hello?
I got you.
Oh, yeah. He's trying to make ways where there won't be another Democratic election. And if it do, it's going to be challenged. And it's just sad, man. It's sad. It's so sad. And that's why I don't feel sorry when I be seeing the farmers and everybody else on there, because this is what you voted for. And even with your guy, you know, with Orlando, you know, we get on him and ride him. But I mean, like, if you really can't see nothing this man doing wrong, I definitely don't want to speak to you ever again. And when I see you on the street, you know, at first I was going to give him a pass. Cause y'all be like, man, don't be like that.
But once again, he's the least of our worries. Like, he's not even. Like it's not like Trump. It's not like Trump calling him saying, "Orlando, what should I do?" And he's like, "Well,
I understand that, but it's just the fact that Trump, you know, regardless how much of a staunch Republican you is, when wrong is wrong and right is right.
True.
And if you can't see anything that this man is doing wrong, there's definitely something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that he's doing is just, you know, he's talking about trying to get $230 million from the taxpayers, you know, tearing down doing that bullshit to the White House.
He's building a ballroom. They're gonna walk.
You just keep saying.
They was talking about the thing with Argentina. yeah. They was talking about the thing with Argentina earlier. You know what I'm saying about like how they tied Argentina with a lot of Nazis going over there at the end of World War II. Maybe that's the reason they bailing them out over there, helping them out. Because why out of all the countries, Argentina has to be the one?
Well, I think he's trying to be strategic and pick certain spots that can work as diplomatic posts. You create allies in the area that you can funnel things through. So exports and imports, you got a safe spot over here in a major.
Oh yeah, they got their oil over there. Yeah, they got oil over there.
It's business at the end of the day. Now I have the villain in black on the line. Orlando, what's going on, man?
The villain in black.
Nothing much, man. I was just making sure my rent was paid because I was sleeping in a lot of niggas' heads. I see, but I just want to make sure my rent is paid up. That's all.
Well, I don't know who head you sleeping in, but it ain't mine.
Well, I'm hearing a whole lot of Orlando, but not him. And I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping pretty good right now. I'm stretching out, feet curled up, everything.
If that's what you, if that's how you feel, if that's what motivates you, then you know. It is what it is. I want to make it. I want to live in the nigga head for free.
I see a lot of Democrats crying in their beer because they still can't get over the fact that how they ran this city, how they ran this country, has nothing to do with Donald Trump. Are you going to tell me that the county is in the fiscal woes because Trump got elected and this dark cloud rolled in and people don't care? On the way to Bitcoin.
You know what? I am gonna say that. Hold on. I am gonna say that. You know why I'm gonna say that? And believe me, I didn't correlate the two. I didn't connect Milwaukee County to Trump. Actually, what I was doing was I was painting a picture of how desolate things are on many different levels. Just like I talked about the violence in the community and how people have really no love for each other. I never connected Trump. I did say a dark cloud has descended over America because of Trump, and I stand by that. But it's not about the county. I'm not blaming him because people ain't paying to get on the bus. So if that was your angle, that's not what I meant. So let me say this too. What you just did is classic Republican bullshit. Because every time you are confronted with something your president does, you go back to the Democrats. Nobody is saying that the Democrats weren't making a mess of things. Nobody was saying that there was no change needed. This is what you MAGA fanatics do. If you say Trump just blew a nigga head off, you say you shot a squirrel with a slingshot one time. You can't separate the lie from the job.
Hey, that's what narcissists do.
What you say? Hold on. Let Kamar
crazy.
I said that's what narcissists do. You bring something to their attention and they point the finger back.
Deflection.
Classic projection, bro.
So here we go. As the conversation kind of evolved, there's a lot of things I gotta unpack. So that's just the first shot across the bow, Kev. There's more. I'm just saying that was the first thing I heard.
Yeah, but your first shot was at me and that was funny. I give you credit. That was funny. You think that? Yeah, that was funny. That was clever, right? That was nice. So I give you credit for that. So okay.
Shout out to the Outlaw family. It's crazy how cats try not to bring my name up, but want to bring my name up and making their partisan attack. But it's okay. I know what you really mean.
Wait, hold on. Wait. You on the line now, and you called me after the show. How in the fuck am I not supposed to bring your name up?
No, I'm not referring to you. I leave the nameless people in the chat and on the line nameless because that's where they probably deserve to be, nameless. But getting back to it again, Kev, we look at all the things, the ballroom being redone. Every president has done something. President Obama put a basketball court in the White House.
There you go.
That ain't the same as a ballroom. This nigga tripping.
You deflected again. You're deflecting again. Hold on. And they're not rebuilding the ballroom. They're constructing a ballroom.
I'm just saying the White House has many renovations and construction.
Which one of them ended up in half the goddamn building being a whole wing destroyed? Which one? And I don't have any particular love for the White House. The point of it is that this dude is a wasteful spender when it comes to what he wants. But when it comes to something like SNAP benefits or money for poor people or medical care, he don't want to come up off no bread. But if it's some bullshit like him to go fucking play golf or go to the World Series or some stupid shit like that or the Super Bowl, he can pay that shit. But people hungry, people are starving, and no, they don't need it. They don't need it. Fuck out of here, man.
Hey, Kev, what's crazy too about that is like I'll give you an example real quick. Hold on, Orlando, give me like 2 seconds. At our business, we build in a basketball court, right? Because we got 30 members, special needs community, right? So a few of them play basketball, whatever. That's gonna cost about $6,400. That's what it costs to build the basketball court. Orlando said, and I quote, President Obama put a basketball court up there. I'm thinking that shit ain't cost more than $250,000. How much is that ballroom again, Kev?
70 million?
$70 million. It don't even correlate. Like, why is he making those comparisons? You know better, Orlando.
Here's the leftist spin and the uninformed spin. No taxpayers are paying for it.
Well, you a lie. Yes, they are.
Where the money come from?
He's raising the money. He's raising the money. So again, we're making all this hoopla, and it's not even paid by taxpayers. But that's how spin does. That's how kind of hurt, broke Democrats are, and they sound. It gives me quite a chuckle, honestly. Every time I hear the nameless ones on the panel speak up how bad they feel, I kind of got a chuckle on the inside.
Well, hold on, though, Orlando. I got a question for you. Then he also says he doesn't take a salary. How much money has his net worth increased? And how many points has he moved up on the Forbes list since he was elected? I'll help you. 115 points on the Forbes list, and he's made $4 billion. So how has he not made any money, or I'm misunderstanding something? That's what I'm saying, man. For a dude as smart as I know you are, graduated with honors, you be saying some crazy shit. You too partisan. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
So this is how I would address the unnameless one. Please speak and draw your attention to Brother Kev, and he'll translate it for me because I don't talk to let's say minor men.
Didn't you talk to me on Monday, bro? That's what I'm saying. You always try to be antagonistic, bro. You said some shit about my kids, and I'll be trying to be cool and just keep it cool, but whatever, man. Go ahead. It's okay, bro. Just whatever. Go talk to Kev. It's okay. Talk to either one of them brothers, man. They highly intelligent, man. It's all good.
I'll speak to the whisperer.
It's all good, Tom. I'm leaving you alone.
Hold on. First of all, it's $250 million that's going into this.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that it will be private donors, but they have yet to provide a list of the donors. They have yet to tell who's giving any money. Nobody has spoken up and said that they've donated to this. So that ultimately leads me to believe that they are using government money or taxpayer money, right? Because the government works off taxpayer money.
Exactly.
So
how you get that kid? I have no idea how you make that correlation, but in the end, we'll see.
Wait, how do I make the correlation of if the donors ain't giving all the money?
Because he's not stupid. That's how.
Well, hold on. Listen, this is very simple math. The construction has started, right? And the donors haven't given all the money yet. So what do? You use the money you have, which is taxpayer money. What are you talking about?
So you do know he has leftover campaign money still too, right? You do know that, right, Ken?
It's always an excuse with these Negroes.
But he can't. He's not supposed to be able to use his campaign money to build a ballroom. You can't just use campaign money for whatever you want to.
He can raise his pledges. I'm not worried about that. It's paid by the donors.
Let me go to my chat room. Please. God damn, who in the fuck what is that? Holy shit. Like somebody mute yourself. I know. What the hell? That's just all in my ears. It kills me.
What up, Nate?
This is Mama Jenkins. Mama Jenkins, you are correct. when she said on the news during the time when our glorious mayor and our fabulous county supervisor, county executive was saying, hey, if we don't do this, we're going to go bankrupt. Mama Jenkins said, well, let's go bankrupt then.
Fuck it.
Call a bluff.
I agree.
Because what has happened is we went ahead and done this.
Kev, hold on. I think she's go bank. That's what I think she told.
I think you broke up, Kamar. What'd you say?
Yeah.
I think she said, fuck it, let's go bankrupt then. She ain't
Is
saying
What's up, Mama Jenkins? I love you. You know that.
Did she say that? I just know
I think she said, fuck it, let's go bankrupt.
She said, fuck it, let's go bankrupt then.
I just know they had her in the paper quoted. They had her name and everything. It was like, she said, let's go bankrupt. And what happens afterwards, not only did they give the money away, but now they're saying they need more.
Mama Jenkins a gangster for that shit.
Yeah, I
love her, man.
She said they all lied and are pimping the taxpayers. They absolutely are.
Yes, they are.
Our mayor is one of, listen, I say this all the time. It's almost like a prerequisite. I believe he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I really do. I think he's very affable. I don't think in his mind he's like, fuck the people or whatever. But as a leader, he is not equipped to handle the challenges that this city faces.
No, not at all.
And what makes me think he's not equipped is because he hasn't come up with solutions. I can't think of anything he has done since he's taken office that has made anything better. He can't take responsibility for whatever increases in, they went to a couple streets and said, our strategies is working for reckless driving, which we kind of put a pin in and said, come on, man, stop. You're still seeing this crazy shit. He can't give himself credit for that. He said, well, crime is down, but we just got a slight uptick in homicide. He can't give none of his policies credit for crime going down.
Milwaukee fucked up right now.
Well, because of ineffective, piss poor leadership.
Yep.
Because of some people who are more concerned about their party or their group or their funders than they are for the people who they're supposed to represent. That's where the problem starts.
Well, the problem started with the rise of the boom.
Ace, you're right. He said black people have no party. I've said this a long time, and I will stand on it, and that's what being a delineator is. I believe that once we are able to solidify our movement in terms of just really self-identifying, and people, please don't get it twisted, because I'm not talking about bumper stickers and websites and T-shirts. I'm saying our mental capacity can accept our position and who we are in this country. And we should then establish a political party for us. And we collectively put our weight behind candidates that represent us. Now, some people might say, they ain't gonna do shit, Kevin. There ain't enough black people to vote them in. So what? It's better to do something than nothing. Because you don't worry a problem away. Sometimes you got to chip at it. And until we say, nah, no more of this shit, y'all can't sweat. Put your hot sauce back in your purse, Hillary. Ain't gonna be no pandering today. we gonna put in there who we want in there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Nelly, Snoop, y'all sit y'all ass down. We don't need y'all to do no more concerts, man, for crypto coin or whatever the fuck it was.
Orlando, go back to the Jacob Project. Shuffle.
Oh wow, damn. He said Orlando. This is Ace. He said Orlando hasn't figured out the blender as of yet. He's just a MAGA dick. Shit.
My nigga.
I'm Ron Burgundy, y'all. I just read the teleprompter, so I don't always know. I'm Ron Burgundy. Landon Deadman, he's looking, he's watching, got his eyes on us, and I'm not a good emoji reader, y'all. So I really don't know what that means. Greg. I don't know what that means. Donald Trump said, this is Ace. He said Donald Trump has been sucking on Larry Fink's dick. Okay, see, I don't know who Larry Fink is, and I didn't know that
it's gonna get wild.
I didn't know they was engaged in fellatio. I didn't know that. He walked in the chat room. He said Mexico was gonna pay for the wall. He lied. Orlando knows that. He said Trump is also in bed with Israel. America is a Zionist place, so of course it was with Israel. Mama Jenkins said the paper was waving is still blank. The paper he was waving is still blank, she said.
With the list. She's talking about the list of the tariffs and all that stuff and the results. I think that's what she means.
Yeah, I don't.
With nothing on there.
I just, once again, looking at the news, looking at how things develop, hearing the stories over and over, I'm not feeling love. One thing I used to love about Milwaukee, or one thing I appreciated about Black Milwaukee was that there was a real sense of us, like really loving us. It was hard. It's hard situations, but you could see people outreaching. You could see people trying. I don't see half the groups that were out in the community on the grassroots level in 2017 out here now. Our movement has gone corporate. Listen, ain't no organizing going on in Milwaukee right now. It's not. And you could throw a stick and hit an activist or group doing something in 2017. That's how many people had said, no, we got to get out here in the community. We got to make things happen. Almost all them shits is gone.
Yep.
This whole summer, aside from the No Kings protests, what major protests happened in Milwaukee?
Well, maybe work was getting done, Kev. Maybe they were actually planning, what the protest steps after the protest. I don't know, but I will.
Well, the key to that statement is that you don't know, because there is none. There was none.
For all I know, they could be doing legislative things right now, getting candidates in place to run.
Orlando, it's finna be November. Days, bro.
He the master of spin. This nigga say anything, bro.
There's no candidates, bro. There's no legislation on the books, man. It's not. I'm just telling you. We just being honest. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the people who were involved in these movements have gone on to other things, and they may say, "Well, Kevin, I'm working over here doing da 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 da." I'm talking about the grassroots nature of it. We got a caller. I don't recognize the number. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm mad you don't recognize my number, but okay. This Erica Hunt. How y'all doing tonight?
What's up, Erica?
What's up, Erica?
Crazy. She be wild.
Now, I was gonna call in when you said we ain't doing nothing. I just left from an event.
Yeah, I said the No Kings.
No. Tonight, I'm driving home from the All People's Church where the Milwaukee Alliance Against Political and Racial Justice just had a meeting.
Damn.
I know it's a mouthful.
That's like one of them Baptist churches and shit. Up the road, down the way, Big Rock Consequences Missionary Baptist Church of God in Christ.
God in Christ.
I know, and I think I said it backwards, but it's okay. However, the organization has been fighting and is an international organization that has a branch here in Milwaukee and has had a branch here from Milwaukee in a long time. And was probably one of those groups you used to see back in 2017. But I do want to shine the light that a lot of those groups have some corruption going on, like corruption goes into everything else. But there are still some strong groups and organizations that are fighting for what's going on and is preventing from this shit getting even worse.
So check this out, Erica. On the strength of your statement that you just made, right? And we know you yourself, 2016, 2017, you were integrally involved in a lot of grassroots organizing, correct?
Correct.
So you know that there's nowhere near the energy, nor spirit, nor activity today as it was then. I'm glad that whoever the Round the Way Girl, LL Cool J, Curtis Blow, Crush Groove, missionary, revolutionary group that you was with were active today. But you have to agree with me when I say the spirit of organizing and community grassroots organizing that was in Milwaukee during those years is now absent. You don't agree with that statement?
No, I do agree. And that's because niggas don't give a fuck no more.
Okay.
Niggas don't give a fuck. And the people that really did this revolution fighting when they was getting arrested and taking their kids, they old now. When I go out there and I'm in the movement, like they even talked about the No Kings movement, niggas is old now. People is old now. The activists are old now. They in their late 50s, 60s, and some 70s years old. And it do pisses me off that I could have a 70-year-old woman who uses crutches, a knee brace, and out here on the front lines fighting for what's right, because this is what was successful during their time. But you got young people talking about they don't care. And I ain't even gonna talk about the young people because our generation is what dropped the ball.
Well, I'm gonna say I think black people have to know when to mind their business. And I'm not mad at black people not jumping on the coattails of every single protest that these people are doing, because a lot of this is wrapped up and tied up in LGBTQ stuff, and really we ain't got time for that shit. So, and they try to really ride our coattails on it. So a lot of this shit black people should be like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Go ahead, Kamar.
I think it's more of a matter of like, you know, older people. That's what they grew up doing. That's their whole life. That's what they came up on. And like more of the young people now, I feel like they never saw no results from it all. Like they you know what I'm saying? And I ain't knocking nobody for doing it. I really feel like whatever move you should be doing, you know, but I just think a lot of young people feel like, just like they feel about religion, like a lot of young people moving away, running from religion because they ain't seeing no results. They don't believe it. They don't think it's, you know what I'm saying, doing nothing. So I think that's probably a difference on why a lot of young people ain't stepping up and joining the movement and the marches and stuff. It's all older people.
And speaking of religion, Kamar, that's a beautiful segue, might I add. Did you all see this pastor? What's his name? Winans. I want to say his name, Bishop Marvin Winans, and he is having services or whatever, and he's asking for donations. And there's a lady who is she's there with her son. She gets up to give him $1,200 when he wanted $2,000.
Pastor?
And so he basically goes in on her. Like, what is this? Like what you doing? Like,
Reb, do wrong. You got to believe in something. Why not believe in me?
Now I'm smart enough to know that all churches don't operate like this, right? But
no, they don't.
There's a reason why organized religion in this country has a bad name. Like, people now are not going to these organizations like they once did, because people have seen, like you just said, examples over the years of some tomfoolery going on in these organizations. So they said, man, I hear so many people question religion, period, now that I never heard back in the days. But when you see a pastor, somebody giving you $1,200 and you got moss for the person, it makes everybody else look bad. Now I've heard some preachers come out and say, well, what's wrong with that? We gotta raise funds. Y'all would be mad if we was taking money from the government. So yeah, we gotta do this. Yeah, but I don't think you should be shaming somebody for giving you $1,200 as opposed to $2,000. I think it says a lot about this world being, like I said, cold. Because let's be honest, y'all. And one thing about me, I believe in God. I consider myself Christian affiliated. I can't say I'm a Christian because I don't do all the things that, you know, they say you should do, but I do believe. I'm a believer, I should say. But it's cold-blooded. And you know why? Because after church on Sunday, most of these churches close and lock the door, and you don't see them again till next Sunday.
That's right.
Shout out to the churches who have ministries in the neighborhood. But if I'm lost and I'm in this neighborhood and I'm looking and I'm saying I need some help, and the church closed Monday except for Bible study, Tuesday except for choir rehearsal, them ain't the times to go in there. I mean, you could stumble up in there and be like, help. But I don't understand the lack of neighborhood. Some of these churches are in the most impoverished areas of 53206 got how many churches in it?
Yeah.
of many different denominations. And so once again, it's cold-blooded. It's easy for you to stand on a soapbox and tell me how to make moral decisions when you riding in a Benz and I'm making the bus driver let me get a ride so I can get to wherever I'm going, right? Like it's two totally different dates. So I everything is cold, man. But I just think when he like, it was like when the preacher was up there talking about close the door. Hey, close the door. It's like, yo, you closing the door now? Like wait. If I had been there, they would have had to let me out that door. I would have been at the door like, and he'd be like, I said, close it. I'd have turned around. You'd have heard me in the mic say, fuck you. I'm leaving. I don't want to curse in the church, right? Come on, man. What are you, David Koresh? Open this door, man.
He said Waco.
Come on, man. You doing too much, man. Mama Jenkins said, little buddy, when he had to pay, he had a piece of paper and he said he had a plan. It must have been blank, Mama Jenkins. Must have been blank. Landon Dedman said, no more foot soldiers. No, it's not. That's a lost art. I never thought that would be
The Republicans got plenty of fucking foot soldiers. Orlando, all the rest of these motherfuckers, bro.
Oh, MAGA is their arm for demonstrations.
Hell yeah.
What
up, MAGA?
This is Ace. He says, I'm sorry, Kev. Patricia punk ass colors fucked up a lot of hope in the black community because her bitch ass stole over 90 million from us and used the majority of it on her mansions and LGBT bullshit. So fuck her too. Let's start out by figuring out who she is. I don't know who that is. Patricia Colors.
I don't know who that is.
I've never heard of her. The Black Lives Matter movement was a sham anyways. That was never for us. That was never governed by us. We never reaped any benefits. They were all exposed. And it really was just some LGBT kind of, shoe fly shoeism.
Wasn't Orlando part of BLM?
Trump said that they're a terrorist organization.
Yeah, Trump. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't. Right. But Trump also put a picture out of himself flying the jet, dropping shit bombs on everybody who was at the No Kings March.
That's sad.
That was wild as fuck.
You know what though, Kev? Another thing too, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like sometimes when sometimes I try to share information with you, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I wish you would take a look at it sometimes, but a lot of this is deeper than what we think. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of Christian white nationalists like Mike Johnson. I forgot the name of the church that he attended, but these people are trying to justify slavery. You feel what I'm saying? They're trying to say, well, slavery was a good thing, this, that, and the other. And, it's like, and then I was listening to somebody, was that you? Maybe it was you, I don't know, but I was listening to somebody that was talking about the immigrants leaving and this, that, and the other. And then they're going to try to put African Americans back in the field to pick the oranges and the lettuce and stuff like that.
I didn't say that.
It's a greater movement going on with Stephen Miller, Robin Vault, and it's another guy. You know what I'm saying? Then you got a lot of billionaire hedge fund guys behind, like with the Argentina shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just so much going on. So just sitting up there talking about Trump doing this and Trump doing that, like you said about his net worth growth, not only him, Ivanka, Jared Kushner, you know what I'm saying? They over there in Qatar. They want to try to build a military. Man, there's just so much going on with this administration. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really seeing it. Just like with the subsidies with the ACA and, trying to make people's healthcare premium go up. And then they sitting up there talking about the Democrats, this, that, and the other. And like the gentleman on the phone, when that government shut down, oh yeah, they want to try to give illegal immigrants free healthcare. That's not what it's about. The reason the government shut down. To see a lot of bullshit. Like he said, he used talking points. Like I was looking at somebody on WIC at 11:30. It was like, well, I don't see nothing wrong with Trump tearing the east wing of the White House down. Barack Obama built the basketball court. Why you gonna come with something else? Say something Bill Clinton did, some motherfucker Joe Biden did. You came up with some bullshit that you probably seen on the internet about Barack Obama building a basketball court. You know what I'm saying? See, you be sitting up there talking that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you be sitting up there talking that shit, and you not realizing that people be reading and things like that. So that's just another talking point that you say something Joe Biden did. You don't like Biden. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, you sitting up there chuckling and things like that. When shit, see, this is the thing that I don't understand.
Wait, Dion, let's let people know if they just tuning in. You ain't talking to me.
No. It was like, but see, the thing about it is, though, you know what I'm saying, when I be sitting back looking, and it's just a common. It don't take political. It don't take statistics or analytical things like that. It's just when it rains on one side of town, it might not rain on the other side of town, but eventually clouds don't move. So if you got people getting laid off, you know what I'm saying? They just laid off 1,400 people with the nuclear thing. You know what I'm saying? Look, Google that. You know what I'm saying about that? You know, these are the people to keep the nuclear facilities up, design the nuclear weapons, make sure they functional, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? For they government workers. You know what I'm saying? See, the media ain't saying shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have many people working, we can't spend money with Walmart. We can't shop with Amazon. So eventually, you know, the Jeff Bezos, the Sam Waltons, and the big billionaires, you know what I'm saying? They gonna eventually start seeing this shit. So I don't know why they're allowing this guy, because he's a puppet. He ain't smart enough. That's why it bothers me, you know, when Orlando come off as such an intellectual, and he know Trump is not an intellectual, and you know, you don't sit up there and say the man has no policy. He could barely pronounce words. Like they was talking about fiber optic cables. He didn't even know what the fuck that was. Simple little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You got an idiot in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of background does he have? Where he come from? He was a guy on The Apprentice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't even see how people just say, well, I like his policies. I like this policy. What type of policies did he have? I keep on asking people go back to goddamn Richard Nixon. Where is the policies that these Republicans in the past that benefited everyday people?
Oh, shit.
I'm about to mute y'all again because I was vacuuming and shit. You know, I'll be doing.
Oh my God, he's cooking, bro. That's so. Everything he said is so on point. If Trump didn't have a family with money, he'd be selling watches in Central Park. He's a
CDs,
stupid
DVDs,
bro.
CDs,
DVDs, selling tapes and shit. VHS. Yeah,
let me go to the chat room. Let me go to the chat room, y'all. Shout out to Dion. He said, "I'm sorry." This is Ace. No, he had already told us that. He was talking about I wanted him to tell us who Patrice was.
Yeah.
He said, "Shit, I remember when New Era ran up on that preacher in Detroit and exposed him for misusing the money in the community."
Yeah.
Landon Dedman, my brother, says it's a church on every block, just like the liquor stores.
Liquor stores, yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes in these areas, these little neighborhoods, you see that many different, churches, and they don't communicate with each other.
Nah.
Because they may be of a different denomination. So it's like
they're usually competing with each other.
Yeah, they are.
I don't understand that. I'm just like, what? Nobody sees the big picture.
Right. But if I was opening a church, I don't think it would be smart to open a church right around a corner from another church. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like I said, it's like a business. Like you need a congregation. So you got a church that's already trying to get the people right here in this community. You know what I'm saying? And then here you come. Now y'all competing for the same customers per se.
I may be stupid, Kamar. I may be dumb. I don't think I'm the smartest man in the world, right? But maybe if you were going to do that as the leader of this church, you went and met with the one that's already there and said, "Hey, we want to cast a wide net, man. Let's cooperate. Let's work together to do some resource fairs. Let's pool our resources in this community and show a united front. Now, you can do what you do. I'll do what I do, but we're not Coke and Pepsi. We ain't competing with each other. We're not Vice Lords and GDs.
Yeah, at least see how y'all can coexist. But like I say, like you get your money from the people in your community pretty much.
Yep.
Unless you got a following already.
But that's the problem. That's why it's probably Kamar, like at most of these,
that's what I'm saying.
Churches, it's 15 in this building and 15 in that building.
That's what I'm saying.
The people in the area ain't coming to that church.
Right.
Because they're not connected to the community. Right. So people ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? Like you saying, people are coming from somewhere else. I live on 77th but my church is on 3rd.
That's my cousin church. That's my cousin church.
Right.
So we go there.
Right. So he ain't in that community. He getting up out of there, hoping they ain't breaking his car.
But I'm just, what they thing is that's what they say they reaching for, right? They for the community.
Ideally.
You say, you know what I'm saying? Like they say they for the community.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I don't.
How we compete? I'm gonna compete with you for our community.
People are gonna come after me. They're gonna come after me for this, but I don't care. See, if the denomination I grew up in was Baptist, okay, but it's defined as missionary Baptists. Y'all know what missionaries do?
They go and spread the word, big dog.
They go into the community and they spread the word.
Yeah, I was the first Jehovah's Witness.
So if you go into these churches now and say, what missionary work are you engaged in? Because if you're not engaged in it, you should take that out your name, take that out your title. You know what I'm saying? And they will say, well, we don't do that because we don't have the people, or the neighborhood is not safe, or it's just like I had proposed years ago that do nighttime missionary work, because the streets in these neighborhoods are horrible at night. If you got a group of church people walking around with flashlights and candles singing,
I done seen them niggas.
I mean, people gonna go.
When I was growing up, I felt like church people like that shouldn't be scared. I'm like, they got Jesus.
That's my point, Kamar.
They shouldn't
if you
be
out there hustling, and all of a sudden you hear "Sign me up for the Christian Jubilee," and you look up and there's 30 of them coming down the street, you're gonna be like, "Oh,
flashlights.
They finna clean the block up. They
squirt girls with holy water in them.
And here goes something else.
Doing none of the shit they doing out there.
Have a police officer, a patrol car, riding along with them. You know what I'm saying?
God, that's funny as hell.
It's. Let me finish my term.
You wilding, bro. Y'all wilding.
Yeah, Jesus is on the main line. You like, hold on, dog. You hear that? You get a tambourine, nigga. It's 2:00 in the morning, dude. Imagine
it's 10 o'clock at night. They got drum sets.
Imagine if you came out the club at 2:30 and you was ready to get in the parking lot pimping, and there was some old church ladies in that parking lot. Like, yo, y'all be safe. Y'all go home. Who wants some prayer? You be like, oh snap! You know, a lot of people gonna be drunk trying to mess with them. You know what I'm saying? But oh, you want to preach?
You want to talk to me?
We had a brother in our neighborhood. We called him Preacher.
You want to talk to me about
he had been a drug addict, and he had overcome it. He changed everything around. He had his family. He had lost his family. Everybody in the hood knew him as a hype. That's what we used to call him.
Yeah.
But he changed everything around, Kamar. Mm-hmm. And I don't care where you were. I don't care what time it was. Preacher will pop up on you. He'll pop up on you, say, man, let me pray for you. Mm-hmm. It's 12:00 at night. You look up, preacher, what you doing out here? Yeah. Hey, brother, how y'all doing? Hey, man, y'all come over here, man. Let me pray for y'all.
We had a couple.
I used to get in the circle.
Everybody had one of them in the hood.
Yeah. I used to get in the circle. Now I had a partner named, I don't want to say my partner's name.
Nobody fucked with him either.
Nope. I had a guy who did, though. This is what I'm saying. One of my guys, he would lose his mind. Man, get the fuck out of here with that old bullshit. And he started talking about why he don't believe in God and God ain't real. Man. And yeah, you hype motherfucker, I'll give you some dope right now. You'll smoke it and all this. That man was never wrinkled. He said, hey, brother, I'm sorry you feel that way. And the Lord got a place for you too. From where he brought me from, he got a place for you, brother. And despite how you feel about me, I love you. Now, if this individual got to the point where he was going to do something, all of us would say, oh, no, man. No, man. Leave preacher alone, man.
Yeah.
And I personally was saying, I'm glad somebody prayed. But it was dangerous. It wasn't like people wasn't getting hurt. So I'm just saying, like, and Kamar, you made a point of that all neighborhoods have that. I don't, is that something that we have now?
I don't know. I'm just talking about when I was growing up, there's always a hype like that around the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Change his life and shit.
Gotta pull up talking about a prayer. Let's do a prayer or something. You know,
come on in here.
Then he want something for it at the end.
Hey, come on, let me get to it, then, man. I done got to pray for y'all.
I done blessed y'all.
Preacher man never did that. He never asked for nothing. He would after he was done. He would say, "Hey, man," because we all knew him from being out there. So he would say, "Man, if any of y'all want to talk, I know you probably don't want to talk in front of everybody else. You going through something? Here, y'all take my number. Take my number and call me. This is what I do at my church. I do outreach. I work with drug addicts. This is what I do." So he was sincere. Now, if somebody slid him one and he went home and got zooted, I never seen it. I always just admired the fact that he was never shy about approaching, and we could be 10 deep, 20 deep. I done seen the brothers having a cookout and it's 20, 25 cats and weed in the air and drinking and smoking, and he walked right up. Next thing you know, everybody by the grill holding hands with their head down and he praying. So except for my one homie, except for I keep almost saying his name, except for him, because he would start, man, why y'all keep letting this motherfucker? I'm like, go somewhere, man. You gonna mess up my blessing. God damn, what's wrong with you? I'm trying to get over here. What's going on, Erica? I see you call back. What set you off? Because Erica calls when she gets set off. What's going on?
I do. I just want to say, I am one of those spiritual warriors that be out there sometimes. I may be on the inside listening to the R&B tunes, but it's been times where situations can start to escalate. And I call on Jesus real quick, or I've talked people down. And then when I first realized, like the very, very first time that I realized, God, go with me everywhere I go, I was lit. I ain't gonna lie, lit in this after set party. My brother was at the door. He was doing security, and this female ran in because she was getting beat on by her pimp. Oh, and man. She just kept saying she was tired of being a hoe. And he had whooped on her real bad. She ran in the party and locked herself in the bathroom. But when she called out Jesus' name, it cued me and another girl's ears. And we went in that bathroom and we was praying for her. And down the line, that woman still remembered me and the other lady. And when she seen me, she pulled my coattail like, I ain't did drugs since. So God be everywhere, on the front line, in the bars, at the barbecue. And you right, most of it shouldn't be shying them people away, because you can miss out on your blessing on that.
Well, if he's
that's what
like
triggered
Kamar
me, and
said,
Orlando triggered me.
If he's like Kamar said, he gonna try to get 2 for 5 after he pray. I don't want it. I don't want his prayer. I respect Preacher Man because he, from what we could tell, had overcome the throes of addiction. Because we all seen him at one point, and we just hey man, what's happening, man? You work, man? He's one of them dudes. Hey man, come here, man. Then he turned into, hey brother. And you see him walking with his kids, walking with his wife in the neighborhood, going to the corner store. Like, he seemed sincere about it. And at one time, his wife actually was with him, and she talked about how he had lost his family. Like, I was to the point where I couldn't have him around my kids. I couldn't have him in his house. And I was ready. I was done with him. And I told him he had to fully commit. Now, somebody who's an asshole might say, she was a hype too, man. She was trying to get over on y'all.
Now, see, our preacher, man, was still going through that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was still going through the changes and shit. We just knew him. We knew the family he came up in and all that. You know what I mean? His family had a church in the hood, actually.
Okay. So he might have been a preacher, but he still wanted 2 for 15.
And he thought he was a pimp.
Oh my God. This is getting worse and worse.
He was the pimping preacher.
You're not helping my case.
Hey, my man. Look. I ain't even busting the iceberg yet, man. My man's lived on top of the church that the family owned, right? Dog, I had you bringing shit to him up there. You go in his crib. You go upstairs. You upstairs from the church. He got naked dope fiends and shit running around the house. You would never know this is going on upstairs from the church.
He said that shit like Nino
Brown. This shit is like everybody know me from the hood. They know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because anybody who from my neighborhood who's listening, especially who used to be out there back in them days, would know. And of course, I haven't been down there in so long. They probably like, we don't listen to your fucking show, Kevin. You don't come to the hood, but they would know. I could go over there and say, hey, y'all remember Preacher Man? Everybody gonna say, hell yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. And they'll tell you a story about where they was out somewhere grinding, and dude walked up and was like, everybody, come on in here. And it seemed sincere. Kamar, I hope he wasn't up to what your Preacher Man was up to. your Preacher Man sounded like a lot more fun. Like he
was doing his thing.
I'm not going upstairs from the church. I'm not serving you upstairs from the church, bro. I'm not doing that.
Damn, that's ruthless as fuck.
Somebody else got to catch that.
He'll drop some pimp lines on you in a prayer in the same 5 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy. That's
Gotta love
Pimpin'
it.
King and Cousin, right? This Ewok. He's asking Orlando if he think Trump's in the Epstein files. Earl Henning said, "Fuck Donald Trump and his friends."
He says that every week.
He says that every week. That's what Earl's gonna say. Fuck Donald Trump and his friends. He said Ernest Walker, Orlando saying it's Ernest silly.
You
and then he says, "I see the low vibration dwellers are in the chat."
Look at dog.
Call them low vibration dwellers.
What the fuck is wrong with dude, dog? He following the white supremacists, but we low vibration dwellers. Shut the fuck up.
Ernest said, why are Republicans hell bent on not releasing the files? Erica said, Orlando, you have turned your humanity off, just like Donald Trump. A says, Dion is tired of all the gaslighting and lack of accountability with this party. But they both do it because they are both getting paid to take care of the other country's interests. It's a global economy. Sharita Shaw's in the chat room. How you doing? Sharita Shaw? She says, hey, Outlaw family. What's going on, Sharita? What's going on? Y'all, please share the show. Erica Hunt says, everyone fighting for funding. And here I am paying my dues. Yeah, well, that's what I was going to go into. And this is not no indictment, because let me tell you something. At the end of the day, you got to eat. At the end of the day, you need somewhere to stay. Yeah. If you got kids, you got to take care of them. And if you are doing good work, I'm going to say this, you deserve to be compensated for it. I don't have anything against a pastor who's running a strong ministry. I don't have anything against a leader of an organization who's doing great things, being compensated. It's just that when that money and that compensation overcomes what the mission actually is, and then it starts to influence what you do, as opposed to you just doing your thing, getting that money where you can and where you do. So I don't have a problem with anybody being compensated. But I think sometimes that, because listen, money, wealth corrupts everybody. I've never known anybody who got a hold to a great fortune and didn't become somebody different. And the trick is, they say it just makes you who you actually are when you get wealthy. So I've never seen a person get a lot of money and don't change. People say I would never change. I would personally. And I ain't been rich, but it's been times when I was doing very well and I acted a little bit different.
I'm gonna change my address. I'm gonna change the car I drive. I'm gonna change my wardrobe. I'm gonna change my phone number.
I'm glad you're honest.
Hold on. Hey, you go from Bushmills, the original, the Crown Royal, when you get a little money. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you ain't drinking no damn cheap ass Crown Royal if you get wealth. Your ass got some 20-year-old, 50-year-old bourbon. You exactly. Like Crown Royal. I wouldn't dare pollute my palate with that. Listen, I will develop an English accent on your ass. Give me $100 million. Hello, this is Evan. You'll be like, $100 million? Man, come on, man. I am somebody different. I am somebody different if I had $100 million.
That's a lot of money.
I tell you what, I ain't gonna make it extravagant. Give me $1 million. I'll be different next year. Because like Kamar just said, it'd be hard for most people to get in touch with me. Because I would be somewhere seriously minding my fucking business. There would be no need for me to associate with a lot of people. Hold up, 3 people would have my phone number.
$1 million, but you bringing home $480 after taxes and everything. And if you staying in your same similar lifestyle, you straight. Is you talking about traveling more?
I said $1 million to the kill. After everything, after every bill is paid, after every tax is paid, I got $1 million to the kill. I'm acting different.
My boy Jay is like that. He went to Thailand.
I'm gonna act different with 400.
Yeah. There you go. I'm gonna act different if I get $1,000 next week.
It's a lot. Listen. It's a lot of people I ain't gonna be dealing with, because I know that they could be detrimental to what I had going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna change. I'm telling you now. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta change. You gotta be smarter. You got to protect the brand. You got to be smarter about how you act, how you move out here. You can't be out here doing no dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be around motherfuckers.
Somebody recording you doing something stupid out here, drunk, fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You also, I said the name of the show is Cold Blooded because you know the reality is somebody gonna be trying to rob your ass. Somebody in the bushes. Somebody got you following you. They done grabbed your girl off the street, calling you, talking about, yeah, nigga, we got your babies. Drop us off $70,000. So you gotta isolate, man. You have to, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Ace Cooley is giving me. He's telling me. He said Patricia Cullors is the LGBT heifer that co-founded Black Lives Matter movement in 2013. She is the one that dropped out of the movement after the check was cut to fund the movement. But okay, so back then I was associated with the original Black Panthers of Milwaukee, and we knew then that the Black Lives Matter thing was not us. Everybody who was really organizing, who was out doing grassroots organizing, knew Black Lives Matter wasn't something that we were doing. We weren't running it. It wasn't benefiting us. That was mostly a LGBTQ initiative. And we knew that. You didn't see, you see some black person every now and then walk around with a t-shirt that say Black Lives Matter because we agree with the sentiment. Yes, Black lives do matter. But we weren't in the organization, right? Like we wasn't. That's what Q say, or the bootleg t-shirt of the month. But you can't touch this on the front, right? Like you just everybody's wearing a t-shirt. So we knew that. We knew that was that. I didn't know her name specifically, because I don't pay attention to that shit. I don't jump on every little thing that's going, man. You don't. I don't just follow people. I got to know what's going on. Orlando says, Erica Hunt, that's odd, and you believe yours is on. Stop. I don't know what he's talking about. They're having a conversation. He caught
himself saying my humanity is off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and anybody who know me know my heart is a bleeding heart for humanity. So that once again is another lie that crazy Republican tells himself, and he's convinced that that's the truth. And he really. While I'm chiming in, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how people act different when they get money. Now, Donald Trump got all America's money, and he been acting real different, real different. I don't think nobody can get no worse than Donald Trump.
I don't think Donald Trump is the worst human being that ever existed.
No, he's not.
Because I'm more inclined. There's some people who've been way more treacherous. Okay,
Orlando. No,
I have more often than not. I have a problem with the people that blindly follow him. See, it's okay to support somebody. It is. And as an American, you have the right to choose. That is part of what a democracy is supposed to be about. Free thinking, free enterprise. We're supposed to say, no, I don't want that one. I want that one. I don't like that one. I like that one. But when all these people who we follow are humans, and there's no such thing as a perfect human. There's no such thing as a person who's never made a mistake, never made a bad decision. And anytime you ask any of his supporters about something he did, he could be on camera doing this shit, and they will either deflect or act like they don't know what you're talking about. Yep. Perfect example is for months and months and months, I heard Dion and several other people referencing Project 2025. And all of the Republicans were saying is, I know who this is because he calls with the radio turned up, right? All the Republicans and the right were saying was that's fear mongering. They're just using fear mongering. That's fear mongering. Now you turn around and he says, yeah, well, I really knew about that. We know you did. We knew that was your agenda, but you lied. Now, if you say he lied, this is an example of just one of the many lies he's told. They'll say Biden told lies too.
Yep.
As if he said Biden never lied. Who said he never lied?
Projection, bro. Weak ass shit they be doing.
So,
weak as fuck, bro.
That's my only problem.
Snitches do that too. right? Like that's a quality. That's a snitch quality. Hey, you lied. You stole the candy bar. So did he. He stole the
John
candy
stole
bar
that shit too.
Come on, Kamar, they got us.
Right. Come on out the bush. Come on out the bush, man. They caught us. We caught.
What you talking about? They got you. Ace says in the chat room, he says, shit, I saw the white man that ran up on the Hebrew Israelite and pulled a gun.
Oh,
the brother lost every bit of Christianity and beat the brakes off of that white man and took his gun and called him a wankster.
What the fuck is he talking about? That's hilarious. I love that. Where is that at?
This is what Ace saw.
I think that.
I'm a little nervous with the Hebrew. I get nervous with the Hebrew Israelites because they be dressed like Soul Sonic Force and shit. So I'll be like what the goddamn Conan the Barbarian? Where do you shop at, bro? Like, I mean,
the Army surplus store.
No, this is like rock and roll. What Kiss would have wore in the 70s. I'm like, dude, this is
be at the thrift shop.
I seen a dude. I'm not trying to pick on him because I don't want no smoke. But he had like 2 of the He-Man bracelets on each arm, and then he had the rings, the rings that go all the way around your arm. I said, where he get that shit from? I can't. It's hard for me to take you serious when you dress like that and you talking to me. I'm just like, yo, where you get those boots from? And that might be me being superficial, but you know, nobody's perfect. Earl Henning said a hoe is a hoe.
That's some Willie D shit.
He said Orlando Trump is his real name.
Orlando Trump. Orlando D.
Trump in the chat room. Oh my God, what's up, Taylor baby? My baby up in Minneapolis. How you doing? My sweet baby girl. She said money makes people crazy. She said I was just watching a video about this morning. So you know, hey, I need whoever this is. I'm gonna have to eliminate your call because you can't listen to the show while you're on the show. You have to turn your
circular as a motherfucker. You can hear it through the phone without being on the show.
Well, you know, people want to listen and I want to hear my voice. You got to go back and watch it. You can't hear it while you're doing it. That's why I have headphones. If you want to hear it, get you a set of headphones, and you can hear the show in your head through your headphones.
Hold on. Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of hearing shit, just real quick, did y'all hear the new Mobb Deep song with Nas? That's all I gotta say. That shit.
I haven't heard it. Kamar, you heard it?
Wow.
I haven't heard it.
Listen to that when we get off. That shit is amazing. All right, I'm sorry. I just had to add that. Man.
No, I haven't. I haven't been listening to. No, I just music ain't my focus right now. A said, "Why Orlando reminds us of a cross between Ashley Larry and a broke ass Clarence Thomas."
God damn. What's wrong with Ace, bro? He a fool.
My baby girl said they act like a cult. It really is cultish, ain't it? It's cultish. It's. I don't know because they all dress like that. It's like, okay, so, and shout out to the Moors. I don't know if y'all have ever encountered any Moors.
I've seen them.
But they have like the hats and stuff like that, and they move in a way that would suggest
they know martial arts.
Cultish. Well, that is cultish. Well, I'm sure they might. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you this: the theory of kung fu has been debunked a long time ago. I don't know if people know this. If you take a karate master and put him against a professional boxer, he'll get knocked out. If you put him against an MMA fighter, he'll get knocked out.
Get killed.
And this is a sidebar. I saw one time they had this karate master. I seen his video footage, and he was going against like a fighter, a boxer. Man, he got his ass whooped. He was talking about some what? Bow, dudes dropping heat on him. That shit don't work unless the other person's participating. Bro, so if you taking karate right now, I ain't talking about self-defense. I'm talking about karate.
Dog, the thing is though, like there's an old term in fighting where you always say space is only good for astronauts. Once you close the distance on motherfuckers like that, bro, they don't know what to do. Because like if you watch like me, I started out in Taekwondo. If you watch WTA competitions, dog, you know how they be sideways and shit and looking like paper puppets and they be doing them kicks and shit. That shit not in no real world situation. You right about that. That shit don't never work. I didn't see motherfuckers get beat up trying to do karate against motherfuckers that know MMA, bro. I didn't see motherfuckers get stomped the fuck out. Real shit, dog. Yeah, you right. Yeah, don't
I'm
do that.
just saying, like, I know it seems like the movie you see dude no karate whoop everybody ass.
No, that's not
true.
true.
In the movies, bro. That's in the movies. In real life, yo,
John Jones will beat everybody up in that bar. Straight up.
Look, man. He got some karate sticks.
All right, nigga.
He got a baseball bat. And you get him in the corner. Shit. Bruce be like, hold on.
Pick them sticks up his ass.
You cheating. No grab the throat.
No grab the stick.
My bad, y'all. That was racist.
You're gonna get kicked off the internet with that shit.
I know, man. I know. Fuck, I know. Landon said the blind leading the blind. I hate groupthink, man. I think that's what bothers me so much about partisan politics.
Yeah.
I hate groupthink. I hate to see a group of people who all have to agree with each other just so they can be together. Like everybody feel the same about everything. We gonna wear the same outfit. We gonna have. I hate group. Man, I can't stand. And it's like I look at Democrats. I look at Republicans. I look at even gangs. Man, my realization about what gangs actually consist of, at least consisted of here in Milwaukee, is that there was a lot of individuals who were in gangs because they needed protection.
Yeah.
It wasn't everybody in your crew wasn't tough. And I challenge all my brothers. I know we all like to think, man, I ran with some real ones. Think about all the cats you ran with and say, how many of them would have actually fought if they had to fight? If it was like, yo, it's 15-on-5. Everybody got to get down. Or even if they stayed to fight, how many of them would have actually been skilled in fighting? Out of your 7, 5, 7, 3 of them getting their ass whooped. And you might have to get hit trying to save one of them.
Yep.
2 of them might even run and been talking, man, blah, 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 blah. So my affiliation with anybody was never because I needed protection. I thought, well, we all like-minded. We all get down for this cause or whatever. But it wasn't true. And so you find that out sometimes the hard way when you somewhere with one of your guys and it ain't no chance for us jumping somebody and it's got to be head up. And he go to, oh, man, he lucky. I was finna. Man, I woulda. Then you think about it like, wait a minute. I've never seen this dude fight ever. All the drama we done been in, he has never thrown the punch. It gives you a more realistic picture of what you doing, man. And that's why I say it's groupthink above anything else. And a lot of them are just there because they need protection. They know you'll fight. So they acting like, yeah, go ahead. Come on, go get him. Fire on him because he won't do it. So that's why I started to say that whole thing is just a fallacy. It's just a bunch of misguided youth trying to find some acceptance and trying to get with some people who are of a like mind. But that's why I hate groupthink. My baby girl said, she said he's a whole rapist.
Exactly.
He's so much.
They all Christians though, Kev. They men of God, women of God, knowing that he's a 34-time convicted felon. He's a rapist. He got 23 pending allegations for sexual assault. But he's this, he's that.
I didn't rape somebody before.
Yeah, Ian, you sound like you was announcing a boxer and shit. He's a rapist. He's got 45 knockouts. You sound like you was announcing a boxer. He
called me Joe Rogan, bro. He called me Joe Rogan.
At this point, we welcome to the ring. He is a 34-time convicted felon.
He's a 34-time convicted felon, rapist, and piece of shit. Donald J. Trump.
Jizzy Jizzle Trump. Donald Jizzy Jizzle Trump. Baby girl said accused for the Lord. My daughter said accused for the Lord. Yeah, baby girl. We need some Jesus up in here.
Absolutely.
Sharita Shaw said that they look like hippies, which the Moors or the Israelites?
Them both.
Hippies don't wear like the barbarian jewelry though.
Oh, that's true. That's true. No, they don't. You're right.
Like, no, I've seen some of these dudes with like swords. Like for real, like they look like I'm cool, bro. Cause if he say close the door, you ain't getting out that motherfucker.
Not at all.
Brother standing there with a big old blade at the door talking about, hey man, sit down. All right,
bro.
All right, bro.
I'm gonna leave at 11:05.
All right. If that's cool with you.
If that's all right.
She said I was talking about Trump and his supporters. Oh, she said they look like hippies. Trump and his supporters.
Hell yeah, they look like.
Am I on the platform, Ken?
Huh?
Am I gonna get on the platform?
You on here? I'm reading the chat room though. I'm reading the chat room. Are you emotional? I'm reading the chat room. I can't. Do I get on the platform?
Wait, I was like, okay.
That nigga Carl Thomas over
My
there.
daughter's in the chat room, so hold on a second. Johnny Smith, he said, "Hey cousin, what it do, man? Who's your cousin on the platform, Johnny Smith? Is that one of y'all cousin? I hope it ain't my cousin, and I don't know who it is. I'd be embarrassed." Johnny Smith, he said, "Hey cousin, what up to you, anyways, Johnny?"
He look like one of mine.
Taylor said, "Clock it, Ian." She said, "Clock it," when you were saying he's a 34-time convicted felon
rapist.
And she's laughing at Taylor saying Jizzy Jizzle. I mean, my daughter Taylor's laughing when I said Jizzy Jizzle.
Yeah, I don't even think where'd you get that from? That's funny.
It just came to me. It seemed like a slick name for a pedophile, like Jizzy Jizzle.
I didn't even make that correlation.
A pimp named Slickback. He said, my cousin. He said, "You fool. Johnny, what's going on, man? Johnny Smith, we gotta chop it up. I gotta figure out how we connected, man. I don't doubt that we family." He said, "You, my fault.
You all over the internet. You got cousins calling in. You ain't talked to in a minute."
I have a large family, bro. I do. I got a lot of family. Now Orlando, you got something in your craw. What you want to say? Because he's like, "Do I get on the platform?" What? I didn't hear.
Am I here?
Well, I mean, if I was a lesser man who wasn't in the state that spent 45 in the gym getting a weight fan, I would fall for Ernest and the monkey butts with all the, the continual attacks at Holland. 34 felons. Again, all this stuff is bogus. And when last time I defended Trump. So again, this man's the president. Love it, hate it, or whatever. I love hearing just liberal Democrats lose their shit. I just do. I just love it. That's what y'all doing. Again, policy.
That child needs some help.
I like policy. And I like policy. I like conservative policy way more than I do liberal policy. What we doing for this country right now, we got to get things together for Americans first.
This motherfucker crazy. Hold on. Donald Trump tearing down the White House.
Let him talk, Erica. He hasn't said a word. Let's let him talk.
Let him talk, Erica.
Let me hold on. Chili over there. Again, I'm not going to engage with women. I'm learning that I'm gonna let women just see women.
There he goes telling lies again.
So again, we're gonna hold up policy. I like the policies of this conservative movement what we have right now, securing the border, putting American citizens first, being strong in the world with all the wars, bring it. Hold up, impulse control. You lack it. Again, these policies I'm talking about, Dion or the other one, not to be distant. These are the policies I support. I don't really get off into all the other stuff, and all we're trying to do is tear somebody down. Oh, he's a 34, whatever, man. Go ahead with that old
stuff. That nigga triggered off of a white man that's a white supremacist that he followed. Get out of here.
Oh, no. Let's let him finish. Let him finish talking. Let's let him finish.
All these cases and all this, we talked about the other side trying to say weaponizing the department. We've seen all this stuff come out. Comey being indicted over and over again. The old girl from New York, the black woman being indicted. All this stuff is starting to come out. And I can sit back with all clear honesty and say, I told y'all something was wrong. I told y'all. And I land there.
Okay. Let me say this. And this is funny, Orlando. This is why you crack me up. Because
just tuning.
You said you like his policies, right? Right? And hear me out. First of all, what policy specifically do you like? Now, you said some very broad things like securing the border and putting Americans first. How are you putting Americans first when you're stripping subsidies and your solution is to invest in Argentina? How are you putting Americans first when we are in a situation where all of their benefits that you call entitlement benefits are being taken? Elderly people can't get Medicaid, right? Poor people don't have food, but you're putting Americans first. So I would need for you to tell me specifically, and don't tap dance, what policy has he passed? I'm not talking about some half-brain executive order that he put into place and it was stopped by some injunction by a judge. What policy has he passed that has put American citizens first?
Damn, it's quiet as a motherfucker.
I'm waiting on him to answer.
I know.
I know what Orlando, did you hear my question?
I didn't hear anything, man. I was trying to see what happened. Did you lose me or did you lose the contact?
You lost me
now.
So I'm gonna say this one more time. You named off some very broad things. You said you like his policy in regards to securing the border and putting Americans first. I ask you, give me one specifically, not a broad thing, not some executive order that's held up in court by an injunction. Give me one policy that he passed that puts American people first since he's been in office.
I mean, the whole immigration enforcement, actually using forces on the border and actually deporting people and having the court support to having the ability to do so. Immigration alone, on the number of border crossings, the number of people, as we see now, ICE cracking down, that alone for me, I'm with that. I'm with that.
Well, so hold on. So how is ICE, and this just happened the other day, they've been grabbing people who are not actually immigrants. In some cases, deporting people who are not actually immigrants. How is that effective and putting people first? How is putting Gestapo officers, because actually Obama deported more illegal immigrants than he has, but he didn't have to use a fake ass G.I. Joe force to do it. So I don't know why you think that's putting us first. That doesn't help us economically. And then as far as that goes, he's even had to reverse field and say, hold on, we're going to let the migrant workers who are working agriculture, we're going to be easy on them, because he realized that they are providing something that America needs, which is labor. So I say to you once again, that to say immigration is broad. It's so many different parts of immigration. And it's hypocritical as well, because you're going to tell white South Africans you'll give them solace, but black South Africans, the rest of South Africa, got to jump through a goddamn hoop to come over here. And in some cases, you sending them back.
Yep.
So
he support that though.
Anybody who's here illegally, we have, and I'll fine tune the rebuttal. Migrant workers who are overstaying their visa definitely need to be treated differently. Their work visa on the farm.
So that's the specific policy that you said puts American people first.
I'm trying to clarify so I can be more fine-tuned. You said my response was too broad, so I'm trying to drill it down. Anybody here who's illegally crossed that border has to go. Don't care what your color is, or will cut your origin. You have to go. And I like that. I like that we're going to move people who don't belong here, who are receiving some type of state or federal benefits. They need to go. They have to go. Bottom line.
I'm gonna accept your answer, even though I feel like it's a little loaded. Give me a second. Let me catch the chat room. So this is Earl Henning. He said, with the best job in America, Donald Trump and Orlando Trump. My baby girl said that child. She said that child needs some help. It's taking me out. She said, "Oh, he got an attitude."
She funny like her pops.
she's way more. You don't even want no trouble over there.
Oh my god!
Girl said, "Ass kissing Orlando."
D-Trump.
Not D-Tron. Dion. Shout out to D-Tron down south, the homie. He said he lying like a motherfucker. Erica said, "Get on his ass." I don't want it to be that. I'm not trying to get on his ass, but once again, you say something, it has to have some meaning. It can't be just a broad statement, a blanket statement, and you think you bust a b-boy stance after you said it, like you did something raw when you didn't.
That's all he ever do though, because he can't defend any of his positions, bro. He can't.
So hold on, Orlando. A says somebody needs to tell Orlando to stay out them white folks' business. In my MJ voice, all I gotta say is they don't really care about us. He said, ask Orlando how he is putting America first while giving a bunch of money to Israel and another 20 billion to Argentina. Fuck out of here, clown. Earl said he's a good ass kisser, and Earl said his white people are he's a president who loves America, but he's been married to 3 immigrants. Like that's the dude who's saying black power, but doesn't have 3 black wives. That's literally Jamie Foxx, right? Like all the black productions in the world, but you ain't never seen him with a black woman. Like, come on, man. Kev, don't punch up. Don't go at Jamie Foxx. I know. Now Dion, I think is Dion on the line?
It's Ewok the Great, man. I want to say something to Shoe Shine Boy the Pitiful.
Man, it's my turn, man.
Hold on, he just called, Erica. Hold on. Ewok, go ahead.
Shoe Shine Boy the Pitiful, man. You listen here, man. You sitting here defending this 34-time felon, known rapist. He been convicted for all of this shit. Known rapist, a con artist, a swindler, Bible selling, lying motherfucker. Guy ain't worth 2 dead flies, just like your motherfucking ass. That's why because you ain't worth 2 dead flies. Both of y'all came from the same larvae. 2 dead flies smashed together on that sticky tape next to a pile of dog shit. And then Kev asked you a question, man, and you start talking about some border control. Man, this man is ridiculous. You and him. Orlando, you ain't worth a damn. You would do anything to kiss Republicans and Donald Trump too. But you just pitiful. You pitiful, man.
I'll be just fine. I want to go to sleep tonight and roll over and pass gas.
We know because you ain't shit. We know that's what you do. Because you've accepted the fact that you ain't shit. You a tap dancing Sambo boy. You a shoe shine boy, tap dancer.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna be on the bottom. You're on the bottom.
Shoe shine boy.
Yes, massa.
You ain't
That
worth
should go
nothing.
back and forth, but I can't defend myself. That he called. He called.
Go ahead, Erica. Go on, get him. I'll be quiet. Go see what you
First of all, somebody remind that black man he got dark skin. And if Donald Trump get ready to line us black niggas up, he gonna be in line with us while he picking sides, and it's the wrong side.
That nigga ain't getting on my side. He got to go. We pushing him over
They still gonna put him in line with us regardless. Because of the color of his skin.
We don't want him.
Again,
We don't want him, but he gonna be in line with us.
none of this bothers me because I just hear a bunch of people crying in tears. Ewok or whatever your name is, you a silly man.
Nigga, you know what the fuck my name is, motherfucker. I ain't know whatever. You know goddamn well what my name is. You shoe shining son of a bitch.
Whatever you are. Keep your mom's name out your mouth, bro. Keep your
You shining ass nigga.
Keep your name out your mom's mouth.
Sergeant Waters type ass nigga. Get your ass out of here. Whatever you say, Captain Boss. Whatever you say, Captain Boss. Ass kisser ass nigga.
Here on Monday, Wednesday, I'll be every day Monday. So again, and I see you got the one not to be heard, nothing but chili.
You better put some motherfucking respect on my damn young black man.
Yeah, I'm not.
Before I had a hood come see you.
Oh shit!
I had a hood outside your door. Stop playing with me. I ain't
gonna get him sweaty.
Hold on. Let's
watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth and put some respect on my name. I don't even play like that.
I don't know how he do it, man. It's funny to me.
At this point,
and I will make it
like nitty.
Learn when to concede, Orlando.
Check this out. Listen.
But
What has happened is Messy Monday has turned into Wild Out Wednesday, right? So this shit has just gotten out, and I'm a cheerleader for foolishness, so I let the shit go on, like, because it will never stop. It will never stop, right? But the one thing we have to know. Hold on. One thing we know is we can call each other names all we want. We can disrespect each other. Yep. We can insult each other, and it makes for good entertainment. It actually does. But the change that we want to see is not going to come from that. I get everybody saying, let me get this off my chest, Kev. Let me get at this dude. Let me holler at him, which is fine. That's cool. But understand that if somebody out there is listening for the information that we provide or the clarity that we provide, at this point, they're not getting that. They're getting something akin to a minstrel show. They're getting Jerry Springer. They're getting Morton Downey Jr. on steroids, which for some people, they might like that. And some people will say, fuck that, Kev. That's what we do on Outlaw Radio, right? Okay, but that's really not what we do. Our show is really not about shitting on each other. It's really not. Most of the time, the conversations I allow them to go where they go because I think people need to be them true. They need to be their true selves. And I don't want nobody to call in on the show and try to act a certain way because it's Outlaw Radio. I could be ignorant as I fucking want on here. I don't want it to be that, but I never try to censor anybody. But people disagree. That's not even up for debate. And we have in our community, in the Black community, we have always been divided when it comes to America. Because even if you go back to the slave days, and Malcolm X probably defined this best when he gave the speech about house niggas versus field niggas.
Yeah,
we were even split then because those house niggas felt like it's a better way to live by just assimilating or trying to assimilate and being affable than making a bunch of noise and having them come beating and hanging us. There were some of those field niggas who said, I would rather fucking die than have to live on my knees. I'm a human. I deserve basic human rights. I deserve to be respected. I deserve to be able to live my life and raise my family. I'm not going to compromise that. And so there's always been a debate back and forth. Right now, we have Black elitists versus everybody else. We have assimilated Black people. You have Black conservatives. You have Black Democrats, right? You have Black economists. People who be like, money is money. And if you ain't rich or wealthy, I don't fuck with you. I don't care if you Black or white. See, the concept of Black power and Black love and all that kind of stuff, that's not something we all believe in anymore. Some people don't give a shit about that. And you say Black power to them is like telling a joke or something. And I realize that. So it's funny to let the conversation go. And what it turns into everybody's yelling over everybody and somebody over here saying, fuck you, no, fuck you, your mama, it turns into one of them things. So and I just let the shit go because I'm like, let me see how far this shit gonna go before somebody say, man, fuck you and be done with it. Like, because it's a pissing contest. It's a pissing contest. Now, my daughter's in, hold on, let me read my daughter's comment. She said, all right. She said, we know you. She's quoting, and this is my daughter being a cheerleader for foolishness, y'all. We know you're going to pass gas because you ain't shit. I'm still in that.
I eat well, my friend. I eat well.
We can tell you eat well.
Errol said Orlando don't care if his family eat next month. Orlando D. Trump.
That is a ball.
Ewok, go ahead. You trying to jump in. Go ahead.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute of articulation. I'm not going to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to cuss no nothing. But when somebody deliberately wakes up in the morning and lies to themselves the first time they look at themselves in the mirror, they know they're going to wake up, they're going to go around and sprout lies. And when you're talking to somebody with that's going to be on the same, almost the same intellectual level as you, because I think mine is way higher than his, because he can't be an intellect because he lies too much. He doesn't know how to tell the truth. He's a shoe shine boy. See, I told you I wasn't going to cuss. Shoe shine boy ain't no cuss word. And this man wakes up every day and spews lies. And he wants somebody to sit up and listen to that garbage, man. That is not what's up right there. That ain't what's up. And he knows it. He know he lying. So he's full of it. Go ahead.
Here's my rebuttal to a very, very angry, low vibration person who wants to speak out of turn all the time. No matter what name you call me, I'm gonna still be okay because I'm gonna stand on my every day. So
yeah, you're gonna tap dance every day.
It don't matter what you say.
You're gonna tap dance every day, and you comfortable with that. You happy to be a tap dancer, man. You good with that? Then fine. That's what you want to live like. Be that the rest of your life, man. But we all know that's what you are. We all know that's what you are.
Control yourself, man. Can't control yourself. Just like Ian acting.
There you go, trying to tell somebody they can control themselves. Stop lying so much.
And I'm gonna stand on what I believe, no matter what nobody say. That's what you don't understand. So no matter what name you call me, it don't really bother me. That's what you don't bother me, man. And yes, I don't pass gas, so I eat well, and then whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you do.
You got some food in your refrigerator. Don't nobody get no fuck, man. I got food too.
Hold on. We going there again. Hold on.
We be eating all kind of shit.
We going WWF again.
He keep going in his I eat circle.
I know, but listen. My daughter was saying she thought it was funny. She said, "I'm not a cheerleader." I was laughing at what he said, And did he say low vibrational? Yes, he did,
yeah,
baby.
He said low vibration.
So for me, this turns into like kind of like a take your kid to work day, right? Like so, my daughter, like baby girl, you see what I deal with when I do this show, right? So I'm gonna move on because, like I said, I'm
gonna get off of here, man. Before I don't be cussing no more.
And you can. I don't have a problem with you cursing, but it just spins off the rails. It just spins off the rails because then it just turns into chaos and nothing is really
triggered by Orlando.
It just
Orlando make him man. He be thinking about the civil rights movement and all the stuff that our people died for, and then you got this nigga in the red hat.
But it's people like him who have been actively breaking down organizations, and now we're asking where are the people at? Well, you had men like Orlando who creeped in and helped destroy these organizations with their rhetoric. That is how come our organizations are low in numbers, because of men like Orlando.
You guys are ineffective. That's what happened.
Well, some of it too.
Petty.
Some of it too, though, is that the people who led these organizations were foul. Like there's some people who allowed some what my daughter would call low vibrational things to kind of permeate the organization. And I don't have to say anybody's name. It's just like that thing I spoke on with the preachers. A lot of people have lost faith with the church over the years, or in the church over the years, because they look at what they think is a bad track record. There's evidence of corruption and exploitation and all these kinds of things. So people don't lean on that mechanism anymore. And I think politics is the same way, where a lot of people have had so many bad experiences in this country and witnessed so much bad legislation, it left a sour taste in their mouth. So people are going to feel passionate about it. And it gets to this. Hell, if somebody's watching this show and they saying this don't make no sense, they arguing about Republicans and Democrats like this, they should take into account that we have had political assassinations in this country.
Yeah.
We have had people being shot and assaulted in this country because of partisan politics. On January 6th, we had an attempted coup where a group of white people decided they were going to overthrow the United States government, crawling up the wall like roaches. That's how powerful and divisive politics are in this country. So if you're listening to the show and you're so smart and you're so high level thinking that you say, I ain't listening to this shit no more. They ain't doing nothing but shit on their arguing. Turn on the TV, brother. So let's see what's really happening in the streets. 7 million people took to the streets over the last weekend across the country.
Yes, sir.
And it was all based on how it was based on how they felt about the politics in this country, or the partisan politics. And some people got their ass whooped in certain places. Not everywhere. Some places it went down without a hitch. But it was a couple. I seen the white dude who was hollering out and he tried to run. He was getting chased and he fell on his face. Got his ass whooped. The dude, it's happening all over the place. My point is, politics are polarizing. And I don't think you'll ever have a peaceful, contentious conversation about politics between two people who are both very passionate about how they feel. So if you are listening to the show and you said, I don't want to listen to Outlaw Radio no more because it was yelling and cussing and screaming, this probably ain't the platform for you. And I tell people all the time, we have to learn how to get comfortable being uncomfortable. That prevents outbursts. And I'm not talking to anybody in particular on this call. I'm saying overall, we don't know how to be comfortable when we're uncomfortable. We have to act out. We're like little children. It's like, man, I can't handle it. Ah! It's like, instead of just saying, hold on, let me try to.
You know what though, Kev? What reinforced? I mean, what made me really just appreciate God, because God gives us lessons and He teaches us. Because when you had Charlie Kirk get killed and he got killed, remember he said that Joe Biden should be publicly executed for the crimes against America. All of this rhetoric. And then for him to get publicly executed in a fashion and mask himself as a man of God and Christian and all this stuff and say all of these racially charged things, it made me really say God likes to teach lessons. And that's why we should watch how we do things, and we should watch what we say. And I've said this before, but we need to be careful with the rhetoric and be careful with, disrespecting, older women and older people and disrespecting people's children and all of this nonsense. Like, because people eventually can take it there. We all touchable. We all can get hurt. So we should be, and you're right about that. We should really try to be careful. And if we could stand on policies and we could stand on politics and what we believe, we wouldn't get upset when somebody said something. We could have a retort.
It's a strange comment from the one who wants to publicly have a boxing match. It's a strange comment.
Exactly.
I would buy a ticket for that.
You're trying to be, the doer of what you say. Instead of trying to give this soapbox preacher you just call yourself doing, from the person who wants to say, I will come do X, Y, and Z. That's crazy. I mean, you're a hypocrite. It's clear.
You see how mad he is right now? Because he supports a felon that's a rapist. And he has to go ahead and retort.
Before you segue to any other topic, she like, yeah, this is my shit now. Yeah, let's talk about something different. I got it, Eric. I got it. Trust me, I got it. Sharita Shaw, I agree with you. She said, I don't even smoke weed, but I need some right now. Right? The show is stressing her out. It's stressing people out. Dion said Orlando was a Democrat.
And Black Lives Matter.
Landon said, dum 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 dum. My baby girl said there was 150,000 people in the streets of Minneapolis, where she lives. That is insane. I don't see how we could I don't see how we could not see that there's a problem in this country when that many people say something is wrong here. And if you're going to look at that and dismiss that movement, something is wrong with you. You have on blinders. Yes. Ewok said, my shit has zero to do with politics. I can't stand Orlando. He will sell us all out because he can't eat and fart. Because he can eat and fart, but he said can't. And it says nigga, we eat too.
He's a goofball.
Ace says you're right, Kev. Truthfully, January 6th was a failure because near motherfucking member of Congress or any other politician got dealt with. OT was the only sheep that died. OT, who's OT? Boy, Ace be on them abbreviations. My memory ain't that good, Ace. I mean, the whole
chick that died.
Oh, okay. So my point was, Ewok, you said it don't have anything to do with politics, but it really does at the heart.
Yeah, it do.
Because if you were to sit down and have a conversation with Orlando about anything other than politics, y'all would probably get along. If you talked about growing up in the hood, football. If you talked about sports, if you talked about a plethora of things, right? You probably think he was cool. But the minute it crosses over into politics, you're gonna say this motherfucker. You're gonna get pissed. You're gonna get triggered. So ultimately, it is the politics that is the divisive part of this. My baby girl is ribbing me now. She's about to get removed from the chat room.
Take her out the wheel, Kev.
She said, Dad, you fighting for your life trying to read these comments.
Hey, I went to Philip too.
So we knew that.
I hope you know I can't see them. It's not that I can't read. It's hard for me to see them sometimes.
Hey, Kev, tell her to holler at you tuition time.
Taylor, don't even come home for Thanksgiving. Don't even come home for Thanksgiving.
I ain't paying for no ticket.
Just keep driving past the house when you get to Milwaukee. Brenda Peterson, how you doing? She's in the Twin Cities. She said, damn, Kev, I missed the show. You can always go back and rewatch it. Anybody, if you missed the show, you can go back and watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on my government page, which I say my government because it's my name, Kevin Barnes. There's an Outlaw Radio page that you can watch it on too. So you can all go back and watch it over. She said, whoa. Earl Henning said Orlando don't have a black face on. She said, you still fighting either way. She said, oh, wow. All right. Because I told her don't come home for Thanksgiving.
She all capped you, though.
Well, you see, and she's gonna get the last word. This is.
She reminds me of my daughter. Okay, my daughter moving out here in a month.
Oh, okay.
She live in Milwaukee. Yeah, she transferring.
Oh Lord, God bless her.
Yes, that's what I said.
Dion, you back on the line, man? What's going on?
Yes, sir. No, I just wanted to say something real quick because I agree with what the brother was saying. I think that was Erica that was saying that about, you got people, as the gentleman, Mr. Owens, you have black people, talking against things that we need, and that's one reason why they fighting so hard. And then also, I don't know if you was watching the other day with NSBC, whatever it is, the shit, it had Nicole Wallace on there, and they had Charlamagne the God. You know what I'm saying? You got people that don't have no idea of what's going on politically, speaking up on certain things. Like, it's like 1 minute a motherfucker saying stupid, goofy shit, and then another minute, well, this ain't what we voted for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be hearing people saying, they be talking about the reason they voted for Trump because of the groceries and this, that, and other. Like, and the killing part about it, the vice president was telling you everything that he was gonna do. Now you act like it's a shock. He basically was telling you everything he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing about the whole situation is, man, is that we in a fucked up situation, and the only thing we can do is put our seatbelt on and just be ready for the ride, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that we can do. So shit, I'm gonna let y'all go and finish listening. And this is changing the subject, but the bad thing about having multiple cars is I gotta switch all these cars in the driveway. So that's what I've been doing. And I think I'm gonna go down. I think I want to go to Texas, Kev, and go get this old school 9.8. I was looking at. If he still got it by Thanksgiving, I think I'm gonna go down to Texas and grab that motherfucker, man. Be riding around here with that big ass 75 old school 9.8 on these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing I said, life is good. Life is good. Life is good. But I'm about to hang up and let y'all and finish listening, man. Everybody be safe out here. Because, this weekend coming up, y'all keep y'all head on swivel, be safe, drive with your seatbelt on, and only go outside when necessary. Love, kid.
All right. And I hope you understand that if you buy that car, you're going to get 2 miles per gallon. So you're going to need to take $2,000 with you to get it back. And when you drive it around here, that mug is going to drink some gas. So, yeah, shout out to you in the
My
75.
cousin Duty on the same shit. They be loving them old schools, dog.
I love mine too, but I haven't driven it in a while, but I'm not, it's not a guzzler like that car he's talking about. Brenda Peterson said, she said, your daughter's always welcome at my house in Burnsville for the holiday. I was just kidding. My wife would murder me if man, please. She'd be like, you told her what? I think you better call
messy
her.
Monday for real.
Right. Yeah. So who is that trying to chime in? Who's that?
Orlando.
Oh, Lord.
We could debate all day on policy. And I welcome that. Because, again, I believe the policies that I stand for are way.
I can't hear him.
His phone went out.
So okay. That's silly. He said it's low vibration. But at the end of the day, we won this election. Republicans won this election. Now
he said we won. We won. Master, the house burning down. Whose house? Our
Orlando.
House.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Orlando. You know that's what you just said. Listen. You just said we won. That is literally, boss. Is we sick?
Is we sick, boss?
That is we sick, boss? When
he
sneezes. Orlando.
Our side won.
All right. Okay.
Our side. You don't even belong to that community.
About the policies, and we believe the policies are better, and I support them. I think, I do have a role to play in advising a U.S. Senator, Kev, and in the party structure as well too. But again,
what role do you play?
Oh, he didn't set himself up.
Hold on. What role do you play?
What's the path? The senator?
No, in the Republican Party, what role do you play?
I know the answer.
I advise the party on black issues, believe it or not. I'm part of the African American Council. We advise the party on ideas, messaging, targeting. So yeah, I'm part of the campaign strategy side of the party. I'm part of the Black Council in the party.
What issues do you advise them on in the Black community? What issue are you talking to them about?
People in America.
I don't know. Hold on, y'all. I'm interested in hearing this. What was the last issue that you advised them on?
What we do, we're a collective think tank, and we advise the party on messaging, strategy, issues of the day.
What specific issue?
How do you talk about unemployment in the city of Milwaukee?
And what did you tell them? What did you tell them about? And these are still broad strokes. Specifically, what did you tell them about unemployment in Milwaukee? What did you advise the Republican Party on?
How we need to frame the issue back on the issue of kind of what you just been doing all night on the leadership that is here in the city that has failed Black people over and over again. The lack of jobs, the lack of opportunity. So when we talk about campaign strategy and messaging, make sure you hit these points that you have to bring this back home. Because you have a lot of people, including Kevin Barnes, who say they're not happy with the current structure. I'm not saying you're going to get Kevin Barnes to vote for you, but these are issues that everybody's talking about in the community. Like, how do we get an economy going? Why is the leadership so high? Why are the taxes so high? What are you doing with the money? So that part of the Republican Party, we're an advisory think tank for the party.
So I would tell you, this is what I would say to you. They're not listening to you because they haven't come up with anything that affects any of those things you just talked about. There is no Republican in power right now campaigning for economic development in Milwaukee. There is no up north Republican who's talking about unemployment in Milwaukee. This state is 86% white.
Oh shit!
This southeastern. Let me finish. Southeastern Wisconsin is 85 to 90% black. That is the only place where people of color are majority wise. If we're talking about percentage wise.
Damn.
Now you're advising them about unemployment in Milwaukee, and not one of them has an idea, haven't introduced any legislation or anything regarding unemployment in Milwaukee. Therefore, that means they're not listening to you. So you have no role.
So the campaign
just
started.
They is listening to him because unemployment rate is going up. He's been advising them on how to starve more people and how to make sure that more people are unemployed. He's been doing his job, and he's been doing it well because the unemployment rate is high.
He getting chewed up.
Ready to shut down. He is trying. He does his job very, very well. He is trying to tell you, well, how do we reword the fact that we're about to snatch all your livelihood away from them? So he takes that and he rewrites it so it sounds like it's the Democratic fault, and they use that to support their agenda.
I'm not Orlando. I'm being serious. I'm hearing you say I do have a role, and I'm like, well, what's the role? Because even though you live in the city of Milwaukee, correct? Right,
I do.
And which is located in Milwaukee County, correct?
Without a doubt.
They lost Milwaukee County, so that either means you're ineffective doing your job. you advise them on the marketing strategies on the messaging, and they lost.
So these are red districts that the Democrats opposed to, and we had this private conversation about this.
But no. Wait, understand what I'm saying to you. You told me what your role was, and part of it was I advised them on how to basically speak to black people and draw voters in. And you didn't advise them nothing on Warsaw. You didn't advise them on Janesville. You said you advised them on what's going on in Milwaukee. And so if you were in charge of messaging and how to communicate with black people and they lost, you are ineffective at your position.
We won. Yeah, disagreement about this already. It's because, again, the black turnout, again, and we don't have to get back into the numbers again, but at the end of the day, the campaign just started for governor. They just started for attorney general. They just started. So as far as what's going on now, you will hear campaigns talking about I think it actually, one of them actually did a video about conditions in Milwaukee County. So again, the campaigns are just starting. So that's
no. We ain't talking about the gubernatorial campaign. I'm saying period. Because that election, we won. You didn't contribute to the win because you lost your section.
We won, boss.
You said you advised them on black. Y'all are a think tank, and y'all advised them on black issues. Well, I haven't seen. Listen, I haven't seen the Republicans pick up not one black issue and try to campaign. I haven't seen any legislation that's passed in regards to people of color in southeastern Wisconsin that has been ushered in by the Republicans. That has not happened. So whatever you're saying to them, they are not listening to you. When you walk out the room, they be like, anyways.
So here we go, Ken.
They think he a dancing bear. That's what they think he is. That's ridiculous.
Hold on. Boy, hold on. Again, you look at the overall, we don't have any Republicans that are in this area. So the impact of what we do in this area is very little because we don't have Republicans that represent this area. But you do have statewide elections, national elections that are coming in the state alone and getting more turnout, or having the question of where people think they should pass their votes. Because again, I think you just made a great case on why would you elect Chevy Johnson again, or maybe even David Harley. I don't know.
But before you go there, but that's a lie too. Let's get that out too. And it's not a lie you told, but it's one that you regurgitate. Because you keep talking about this increase in voterhood, and we had a discussion the other night, and it's worse than we actually thought. Because this uptick you're talking about goes from 8% to 15%. So we're talking about a 7% increase, which is minimal, which once again reflects badly on you in this state because you didn't help move the needle forward at all. As a matter of fact, most of that uptick came from the South. Southern blacks voted more for Trump than anybody else in this country. And I don't believe you've advised in Georgia or Texas or Alabama or Missouri. I don't think your voice is heard down there. No, I wouldn't be. You don't. Stop it. Stop it.
You may be surprised.
I seen you go north and go to the Wasaki State Fair and smile with a cowboy hat next to a cow. You ain't took your ass down south campaigning for shit. Stop it.
I
wouldn't be surprised. You may be lying. I may be surprised. You may be lying.
Hey, Kev, there's a guy we should reach out to. His name is Joe Collins. He's a Republican in California. Hold on. He's a Republican in California. He turned a blue district red. Orlando and him were on this one podcast or whatever. He wanted to help Orlando turn Milwaukee red. He said, I have a strategy. I've studied Orlando, how he's so demonstrative here. He argued with the man the whole time, just like he is here. He couldn't find any position to where he could explain himself at all. And I wish I still had them Instagram ones because it was embarrassing, bro. So what you're pointing out is you're absolutely right. He literally cannot move. What is it? Project Move the Noose or Move the Needle? Because you ain't doing nothing, bro, because y'all ain't moving no black people over to the Republican Party.
Again, this is for somebody who's definitely a hater and you don't understand it.
I'm a hater.
Okay. Joe Collins never won an election. He never won. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Ian? See, that's that half-baked stuff you're trying to do.
There is no half-baked. That's what he did, man. Look Joe Collins up. Joe's done well with the Republican Party. He's done very well with
it. He didn't win the district. He didn't win the district. So, again, the idea of getting more turnout, and Kev, you can poo-poo on 7%, but how much did Trump win by in the state? Was it 2%, 3% overall? That's how narrow this is a toss-up state. It's a purple state.
It's an 86% white state, and they all voted for Trump. Stop. See, that's what I'm saying. This is where the problem comes in. Because what I won't let anybody do on my show is push false narratives.
Yeah,
I'm not going to. I will cut you off. I will hang up. I will end the show before I allow you to misinform people talking about he only won by 2%, and that was because of the 7% increase. Well, first of all, that 7% increase wasn't in Wisconsin. It was nationally. So it wasn't in Wisconsin. And since he lost Milwaukee County, it shows me that there was no uptick in black votership for him in Wisconsin. So see, that's misleading as well for you to say, well, they only won by 2, so it was that 7. That 7 is national. We're talking about the state versus the county. See this how it's easy for you to mislead people. Brenda Peterson in the chat room, she said your president is mowing down the White House. Ernest Walker said Sergeant Waters is his role. From the office. What is that? What was that? Sergeant Waters with Denzel. What was that? The day of the Geechee is over. That movie. That dude. I'm not saying that's Orlando. I'm saying he did a hell of a job with that role. That was a great movie with Denzel back in the days. Ace Cooley said he plays the nigger role for the Republican Party. Yep. I would say maybe a token. I wouldn't call him say nigger role. Earl said ass kisser that suck butt. What's up with Earl and sucking butt? What's like sucking butt?
Orlando
Sharita Shaw said still claiming political parties in 2025 is insane. Earl Henny said his wife doesn't listen to him. A says, by the way, and I got to make sure I read well or my daughter will insult me.
She was at you too.
Right. She's hitting me up, right? By the way, please, I think he means tell this silly mofo that he isn't getting rid of the immigrants for blacks. He's doing it because the Hispanics numbers are growing faster than whites.
Exactly.
As I stated, this dumbass is stuck in a blender.
Yeah.
So it is 10:18. I have stayed up past my bedtime. So I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. Ian, I want to shout you out for coming on again.
Love it, man.
Shout out to everybody who's called. Shout out to everybody who supports the platform, people who really share the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because that's the only reason I still do it, because since Milwaukee won't let me be on the radio, I don't know what
Absolutely
they have against
not.
me. I'm such a likable guy. I don't understand why they won't let me on the radio, right?
No.
But I appreciate what y'all do. A Soldier Story, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
But I appreciate all the support from y'all. Y'all help me with this platform, because if nobody's listening, then what are you doing, right, Orlando? If nobody's listening, what are you doing?
I'll see the numbers, Cass, for Milwaukee County and the state. I'll see the numbers.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you send me the numbers, Orlando. You can send them to me. That's fine. That's fine. Send me the numbers, right? I don't.
He's so diplomatic.
It's like whatever. Like he won't fold. You got to give him credit for that. But we're going into the weekend, and the point of this show was about it being so cold. Everybody's so cold and cruel to each other. And I feel like we really have, like, people have to learn how to identify with each other again. A lot of times when you get into these situations where things become very savage and it's survival, your survival instinct kicks in, you do start to lose a bit of your humanity, because it becomes like, I do whatever it is that I have to do to ensure my survival. And we all want to survive, right? And so I'm looking around at the world, and I'm looking at even how we treat each other. And I'm talking about Black people. It's a lot to take to the captain. Like the way we relate to each other, our Black men and our Black women, our kids, the way they relate to each other, what they think is important, the messages that we give off versus the reality that we live are two different things. But one is glorified and overstated and over-sexualized, and one is reality. One results in homicide, incarceration, venereal disease, unwanted pregnancies, and broken families. So, and we're caught up in the middle trying to figure out which one we should be leaning towards. And they're both bad. So we don't have a lot of choices for positivity in our community. You don't see a lot of positive attitudes. And a lot of our elders who once put that kind of energy into the community are no longer coming outside because it's too dangerous. And our leadership, and we could talk a lot about national leadership, but let me go on record as saying our local leadership is shitty. It is horrific. There's no innovation. There's no thinking outside the box. Our government is colder. Our local government is colder on us as the people who live here. You want to raise the cost of everything. You are trying to burden the citizens here. And you saying, I want to bring 1 million people to Milwaukee. Well, what people do you want to bring here? Because you're making it unaffordable for a certain group of people.
That's right.
I'll answer that question for you. White people. You are a gentrification engineer. You are manufacturing it. You are giving people over-bloated housing assessments so that they can't afford their property taxes. And at the same time, you're raising the amount of money that you take out of the property tax levy to run the city, which also raises their property taxes. You're raising sales taxes, but you don't have a plan for economic development. Everything you do is downtown. Every mega structure you build is downtown. When is the last time? I haven't even heard you say jobs in forever. I've heard you allude to poverty. Where's your anti-poverty initiative? In a city where 44% of the people are Black, but 40% of those people live below the poverty line. And these are the people that you want to vote for you. Because now this is where Orlando could be correct at. The Black vote in Milwaukee can swing the shit out of an election.
They could.
In the city election, because we're 44% of this city. So these are the people that our mayor needs to vote for him. These are the people that most of our aldermen need to vote for them. What are they doing to justify us voting for them? Besides making excuses and pointing fingers and, blowing money, campaign finances on. What did the sister who in the county supervisor, she was eating gourmet chocolate.
Oh yeah,
going on lavish
it, man, blowing money fast, man.
She's on trips. She living like a boss, right? And the community, she's working for the county, and you got people who are getting on county buses not paying to the point where they have a $9 million deficit. Does she have anything in the works to help them, to help that? I don't think so. No. So when I see the brother DC, who's a friend of the show, saying he's going to run for governor, I like DC. It ain't personal. I think he's a cool cat. But what have you done in Milwaukee County that would make people up north want to vote for you? I'm going to vote for you, brother, because you my partner. We brothers, like not mamas and daddies, but it's my brother. I've known him for a very long time. I think his heart is pure in terms of being intentionally good for the people. But your track record ain't there. I think maybe you should take the mayor's office. I think you would be a great mayor of the city of Milwaukee, DC. And I know that's not what you aspire to, but I feel like you would be forward thinking enough to do what needs to be done downtown. I don't think the mayor we have is equipped to do it. No. I've listened patiently. I've tried to hear his ideas, and I've seen nothing. And our city is getting worse and worse. It is trending in the wrong direction.
I know what you're doing with that.
So when it comes to our leadership, yeah, we can complain and bitch and moan about Trump. It's enough there. There's enough ammunition. But we got to get our mind wrapped around figuring out what we're going to do about this city we live in. With 123 homicides at this point, you know, and crime is rampant. People getting stabbed, shot. If you just read these blotters, non-fatal shooting, non-fatal shooting, non-fatal shooting, fatal shooting, fatal shooting. Yeah. But then somebody will get on television and say, crime is down.
A slight uptick.
It's just a slight uptick in homicide. Say, man, if you don't get gone. And so I just think we as voters, if we're going to vote for someone, we need to hold them accountable. We do a piss poor job of that. We allow people to stay in their positions. I call them name brand Negroes. The common council ain't moved for years because people knew the name, so they just vote for it. Not understanding that these people they were voting for were doing absolutely nothing but collecting a check. You cannot tell me you saved us from a fiscal cliff and you raised $200 million and then none of that money goes to the people. 90% goes to pension plans. And then to turn around and say, guess what, y'all? We gonna need some more. You gonna need some more what? What are you gonna need some more of? And then your city comes out and says, well, shit, if you could do it, we could do it. We need 65,000 parking tickets written this year. First of all, the street that you're parking on is paved and laid by taxpayers. If you buy a house and there's a street in front of your house, you can get a ticket for parking on the wrong side of that street. But when they need to do a repair to that street, where do they get the money from? They get it from you. Not even the ticket money, from your tax money. So this whole policy about ticketing people on the street is bullshit anyways. And the fact that y'all can innovate how to drain juice from a rock, but can't figure out how to bring some economic development opportunities in here befuddles me. It perplexes me.
That's confusing as a bitch.
It's very confusing. It's very confusing. I don't understand. What they do is always anti-us. Or either you're pointing your finger at us and saying, well, what y'all need us to do to help you do your job better. It's not how it works.
Tickets is wild, bro. The parking ticket shit is wild, Kev. Like I don't. That is when you were saying that, I was really thrown off. Like, don't y'all get money off of child support and parking tickets and all of these other things? And to say that with a straight face, that is mind blowing. I mean, what is their objective outside of getting money in regard to how are they going to fix this deficit for the city of Milwaukee? Like, Milwaukee is they're horrible. They don't make any money at this point. They don't bring any new businesses. I mean, if you were mayor, let's do just a hypothetical. If Kevin Barnes was elected mayor of Milwaukee, what would be the first thing you would do to bring some type of economic stability? Just first year, what would you do?
The first thing I'm doing is I'm getting a team of lawyers and I'm going wherever I need to go. And I'm doing some sort of legal filings to cap this pension shit for once and for all. We're not going to allow this to continue in the way it does. Under my watch, never, ever, ever would $200 million be raised and 90% of it went to pension plans. That is fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy work.
The second thing I would do with my lawyers is say, we need to figure out how to provide tax breaks and tax benefits for companies to come here and start a business. And then I'm going to sit down with my police chief saying, I don't give a fuck how you do it, but this business, this plant, this factory, this warehouse that I'm building here better have regular patrols. It better not be no crime. Nobody shouldn't feel unsafe to come down here and work. Yeah. If that happens, I'm firing you. Okay, because I can do that if I'm the mayor. But I'm going to swing. I'm not a professional politician. So I wouldn't be worried about whether or not I got elected. I'd be like, I might not win 2 terms, but this is going to be an eventful 4 years. Because I'm going to war, and I'm going to war with Madison as well. Because we generate the largest tax revenue out of everybody. Why the fuck do I got to come and beg and crawl on my knees to get my money back?
That's what Robin Voss was actually explaining to me once. I asked him, I said that in regard to as far as Milwaukee and Madison, and he specifically said what you just said. He said Milwaukee is a very important piece to the dynamic of the state. And I mean, I knew it, but like hearing it from a sitting politician, he broke that down. That do make a lot of sense. Yeah.
And I'll never be mayor. Let's get that out the way.
Hell no.
But I'm just saying there are things that can be done to improve this city. If people understand Milwaukee, you know that in the 1970s, when there was a serious industrial structure here, we as Black people had the highest standard of living in this country.
Yes, sir.
Brand new Lincoln Continentals and Cadillacs everywhere you look. Black people owned homes. I grew up in a neighborhood that was a beneficiary of this whole era. It was the most beautiful place in the world, and it was Black homeowners, business owners, teachers, politicians. We all lived in this community.
Yep.
And it was well kept, and it was run very well. And then when that collapsed, that industrial structure collapsed, and poverty starts to become major, then you start to see the rise in crime. Then you start to see, of course, Reaganomics and President Reagan and his war on drugs, which we know was a farce. But my point is, when you increase people's ability to earn, you decrease their willingness to commit crimes. If somebody can really get a job where they can raise their family, they won't have to say, shit, I'm still short. I got to figure something out here. So poverty is one of the biggest causes of crime. Not the only one, but it's one of the biggest causes of crime. You are just throwing rocks at the throne by coming up with all these fake ass little programs that you're coming up with. Until you come up with economic development plans. And when you do this, don't build a factory and then let all the people from Waukesha and Kenosha come down here and get the jobs. You tell them, I'm going to give you a tax break. I'm going to make concessions. I'm going to make sure your property is safe. But minorities got to be working in that building. And I ain't just talking about janitors and parking fucking people.
See, you sound just like my Uncle Earl. Peace to Earl Sappho of 13th and Capitol. He used to always tell us that. And that's why my cousin Bernard, I forgot where it was, but Bernard Sappho, he used to own the McDonald's across from Grant Elementary School. I don't even know what it is now, but that was the first McDonald's cuz bought. And it was right, it was like it's right next to the rave. Wherever that, I forgot where that is, off of State. He bought, that was his first one he bought, and they put him through hell to buy that fucking McDonald's, bro. But he learned, like what you was just saying, like if you create economic opportunities for other people and you create economic opportunities for yourself via entrepreneurship or good paying jobs, you don't have them issues. You're not going to have crime in your community like that because it's homeowners. Everybody on my block was a homeowner, bro. Like that was crazy. And that wasn't that long ago, dog, because I'm almost 50 and I think you about to be 50.
Well, if you want to put my business out there, yeah, I guess.
You said it a week ago.
All right. It's different from me saying it and you saying it, right? Kev, your ass 50. So we saw you're right. He changed the lanes from 2 to 1, but he said that's what is causing the safety of driving in the street safer. Brenda Peterson said, mayor makes more money than the governor. So, Kev, you on to something. It's a lot. It's a lot. Everybody has ideas. I think the main thing we have to learn how to do first is coexist.
Yes.
So with that said, I don't think I will do a show on Monday. Because what is Monday? What day is Monday?
It's Magical Messy Monday. What is you doing?
What day is it? What's the date of Monday?
I'll take a quick look. I am on my computer right now. Monday is the 27th.
The 27th. The 27th of October will be my 24th. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I say it? It will be my 24th wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Yeah. So
congratulations, man.
Yes. 24 years ago, I jumped off a cliff.
Hey,
into a bottomless.
I hope Mrs. Barnes ain't watching this shit, nigga. God, go in your basement.
And I'm still falling. I'm just joking.
Shut up.
No. But so I won't do a show on Monday. So
okay.
We probably can make it up some other time, some other day. But yeah, Monday we won't be on. And that's why I say peace to y'all, man. Be careful, be mindful. And just try to be the change you want to see. It's easy to talk about what somebody should be and what somebody should say and how they should move, but then you ain't doing that yourself. Yeah. That makes it just, it devalues your message. And so I have to quote the great black thinker, one of the greatest black thinkers of the last 50 years, one of our great black intellectuals, one of our great black scholars, Mr. Reginald Willie Dennis.
I knew you was finna say Willie D. I swear to God.
When he says, if your criticism of the community outweighs your contribution to it, you're probably a coon.
That's
Peace
right.
and love, man. I'll see y'all whenever I get back, right?
It's cooning. We are. It's cooning.